What's up, Bone? I don't know we're gonna get stuff like that, dude. I mean, it could be, maybe. That's like, I'd put that at like a 5% chance. Hey, Zalork, what's going on, buddy? I feel like they're gonna announce the season start date. Um, the first part of it's gonna be about Diablo Immortal, so whatever on that. Hey, Baracus, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, dude, that's my thoughts. Like, it's got to be DLC, right? Some guy, what's up, man? So, what I'm gonna try and do, I didn't realize it, but they're streaming it on YouTube as well, so I might get blocked. I might, it might turn my stream off. If it does, I'll just come back and we'll talk about it later. Um, I'm gonna watch it from Twitch, and I might delay it a little bit so that the audio doesn't line up exactly, and maybe, well, I don't know if that'll work either. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Ginger is too. Yeah, I'm just gonna stream it from Twitch and see. Phil's watching it. Okay. The first part of it again is gonna be about. Hold on, let me pull it up. It's gonna be about Diablo Immortal, so it's like whatever. Let's see. Okay, they're starting. I'm gonna pull it over and we'll turn the audio on and see what it feels like. All right. So we'll do this audio
And then we want to talk a little bit
really
about
loud.
Diablo Immortal, because something pretty
Don't
incredible
care
is
about
happening in
Diablo Immortal.
which is in nearly a decade we're having our first new Diablo character class is being revealed, and we wanted to reveal it here on
Let's
this
do
stream.
that.
So, one of the great things about Blizzard is the SFD team, story and franchise.
All right, so let me try this.
Blizzard Video and everything that they do around cinematics, and we thought, how could we introduce a new character class without having a kick-ass video to go with it? So, without further ado, may we present to you the new Diablo character class coming to Diablo Immortal.
I'm just muting this. I don't care about Diablo Immortal. They're adding a new class, whatever. Are they going to show the whole cinematic? How do I get rid of that? There. I don't care about this chat. I don't even remember what classes were in Diablo Immortal. They're adding a Blood Knight. Yeah. Bob, what's up, buddy? Just in time for the Diablo Immortal stuff. All right, what do we think they're gonna let's come up with a list here. Hold on. All right. D4. I'm thinking they're gonna do announce the date, season 1. I think they're gonna come up with season 1 date. They're gonna announce what day it goes live. Do I think they're gonna talk about itemization? All right, let's break that down a little bit. More uniques. So, let's even get a little more detail. What do y'all think? I think more uniques are going to be. There's currently 52. Do you think they're going to give? All right, so Bob's thinking just 2 more per class, which is only going to add 10 more items. I don't know, Bone. I think the team's pretty good. It's just I don't know how far ahead. I think we talked about it yesterday. I think they held back. Well, yeah, I think they held back a lot for the season from initial launch. So my thoughts are they're gonna double. I think they're gonna add. I think they're gonna double the number of uniques. Corruption teaser. All right, I think they're gonna add tier 5. What else would think? I think they're gonna. I think they're going to. I think super uniques are going to drop chance going to be increased. Dude, that's all right. We're gonna do that. Uh, Added storage through store. I think I think we're gonna get our keep our we're gonna get the 4 that we could buy with gold, and then the rest are gonna be the rest are gonna be through the purchase through the store. I'm not even listening to the yeah right Yang. I did the immortal stuff. Who cares, right? What else can they talk about? Season stuff. The itemization's got to be talked about, right? They got to address the itemization stuff. There's no way around it. I was trying to think what else. They already said something about gem tab won't be till season 2. I don't remember the corrupt thing. There's going to be some balance stuff. I don't know enough about the other classes. Like, I think the Barb is fairly well balanced, but I haven't done the Uber Diablo. I think they're going to nerf, or not Uber Diablo. I think they're going to nerf Uber Lilith. I think they're going to make her easier. Yeah, it was a Blood Knight. Yeah, 1 extra tab per season. Obviously, they're going to talk about a battle pass. We know that's going to happen. I don't know what else they can do. Did I spell Lilith wrong? Is this 1 L or 2? That looks better. A reward system. Could they potentially? They could probably add another event. Maybe add more world bosses, which is that's like whatever. There's going to be an hey Azeki, maybe a new event. And once they switch to the D4 stuff, I'll turn the sound on so we can hear it. I mean, they're blathering on about Immortal. I could care less. Yeah, probably within the battle pass, but I'm not gonna. I don't care about battle passes. If there's, usually when they set those battle passes up to entice you, like every 10th unlock you get for free, but they put all the good stuff in between the free ones. They'll probably do the same type of battle pass, but I don't know. I think I just don't like battle passes. I never mess with them. Set items would be cool. I see. It's hard to gauge what they potentially held back because I feel like they would have to test some of this stuff. Do you think they would add a whole new uh, item tier? When I say tier, like sets, room words, like if they decided something above uniques. I mean, I don't see them just popping that out the first season. But it's a live service game, so I honestly feel like they gave us about 60 to 65% of what they had ready at the launch and held back a pretty good bit for the first season. Because there was plenty enough to do, even though most people kind of finished up at the month mark. What was the date? I think somebody had said it. Because yeah, it was I'm guessing the 20th. My guess is going to be 20th launch. Because that's a Thursday, and they tend to release that stuff on Thursdays. What else? I don't see them nerfing any builds. I don't think that y'all think the druid's really that OP. I don't think druids is that OP. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Ancestral only in tier 5. I think if T5, if they actually do a tier 5, I think they introduce a new rarity. And it'll be ancestral plus whatever the new one is. But they'll have to stick that in, what, 85? Where would they stick that tier in? Because the tier 4 is already, technically, it's unlocked, but their recommended level's like 70. So right now it's 50, 70. So maybe at 90? Which is still a slog to get to. But you could technically do it earlier. I bet they introduce another tier of loot at 90. I'm going to guess 90. I'm going to say probably level 90 new tier of loot. That's going to be my guess. I don't know what else they could address at this point. What are the stuff people kind of talking about? There's the issue with, like, when you mark stuff to salvage, you have to mark everything to salvage instead of just marking an item to save. They might adjust that. That's potentially could be a thing. There is actually a lot of complaints about that. Like, you know, if you want to salvage, you got to, like, click it and mark it, which is kind of backwards. If you want to just click something to save and then salvage everything else, it's probably the better play. The level requirement thing, they got to adjust that, right? So what do I mean by that? That's the item level requirement matching level when dropped. Like if I farm, like I'm 96 now, if any item I drop, rare or whatever, it's item level 96 to use. I think they got to change that. That's got to be one of the things. I feel like that's got to be a bug, right? I don't know what they were thinking that was the case. Like the level requirement to use, because like if you're farming rares, you can't trade them unless the other person's the same level or higher. That doesn't make any sense. Now it did say this immortal stuff would go for about 15 minutes, and then they'll switch out devs. So maybe we'll get a dev. No, it's just still they're going to switch out the devs for D4. These are the immortal guys still, so y'all can see it. Yeah, Zaki, the level requirement thing's stupid. There's 102,000 people watching it just on Twitch. So there, I mean, there's still a decent amount of player base that's hoping for some change. Because I mean, you figure that amount of people watching it on Twitch, that's probably, I bet it's like 5% or it's probably even way less than that. That's probably like 1% of the player base that would watch this on Twitch. Like all the casual players, they'll catch it news about it like later on. People watching this live, that's probably 1% or even less of the player base itself. Do you think they'll change any trading? I think uniques need to be tradable with bind on equip, but I don't see them implementing that. I don't know. Right, exactly, Yang. I mean, because they knew they were going to have a flood of players coming in, right? So it's only been out a month. So they're gonna feed in the some of the stuff for the season. I bet they held back a pretty good bit because most people the first month's gonna be grinding through the campaign, and then like probably 5% of the player base got past the campaign and are actually grinding loot. So I mean, most of you guys would not be considered casual, if any. Most of us been playing D2. We're not casual players. I'm willing to bet most of the casual players are either still in the campaign or just now finishing it up. Oh, did y'all hear the latest Blizzard uh, bad press? And this is Diablo 4 related. Apparently, there was a bunch of people that actually completed the top 1,000 hardcore to race to 100 that somehow didn't make it onto the list of players that got on the statue. I mean, a bunch. And they followed like all the rules. They tweeted it out, screenshots, the whole 9 yards, and they didn't. They didn't make it onto the list to be put on the statue. One dude was 14th. He was literally 14th to complete. Has screenshots, he streamed it, has video, has the tweet that he sent it to Blizzard, and got a response from Blizzard saying that he was good to go, and still didn't make it onto the list. And there's not like a huge amount, but there's probably dozens, dozens of people that legitimately have screenshot proof that they made the top 1,000 and somehow didn't make it on the list. There was 3 or 4 guys I saw on the tweet thread that they played with a group of people, and all the other people in their group made it on the list, but somehow they got left off. So it's causing a bit of drama. Because they showed a picture of that statue is on the Blizzard campus or Diablo campus, whatever. I don't know if they have separate campuses for each IP, but they already have the statue up. I don't know if it's engraved yet though. But there's a bunch of noise about these guys that were that completed the challenge and followed all the rules to submit the challenge and still didn't make it. All right, we're 20 minutes in. They're still dragging on about Immortal. It's shocking how much this game still makes. Yeah, Zeki, it is, but I mean, it's a little bit of a black mark, a little bit, because technically that should have all been trackable through the database. They shouldn't have had to tweet it out and do all that stuff. I kind of get the tweet part just to get the publicity out there. Nothing, Turtle. It's still on Immortal. There's still. Oh wait, are we moving? We switching to D4 now, I think. Okay. Yeah, they're switching. Let's change the sound here. There's no way they show this whole thing, right? Is this just maybe the transition? This is probably the transition while they switch the devs out. So we're good. This is my list so far. Can I make this bigger?
There we fight true in his holy name.
Alright, that's my list.
Blessed.
Now they said they were going to have transitions where they moved, like the Immortal dev team moved off and the D4 dev team moved in. This was a really good cinematic. It's kind of loud. I did like this cinematic. We'll get to see our Pez Radar from D2. He's going to be, I think he's going to be sitting in. We'll get to see our favorite D2 moderator. I mean, I'm a fan of the campaign. I gave it a 10 for 10. The campaign was amazing.
Return to hell for you.
All right, they cut the cinematic short. There they
We're
go.
back.
What happened to the awkward hello? You're supposed to go, hello.
That's gonna be my intro
I'm
for
technically
everything.
not back.
Wait.
Well, you are technically back. I mean, you were in other streams.
All right,
and
is
other
that loud
content.
enough?
I'm
Too
not
loud?
back. I'm new.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Tim is new. Tim also has the best voice
Oh,
in
thank
the
you.
world.
Yeah. Wow. It's
So
really nice.
Tim is just gonna talk for the rest of the stream.
Wow, good.
And-
All right, that's Pez right there.
Maybe you should actually introduce people.
Yes,
Or...
I will introduce people. We are now joined by our wonderful Diablo 4 developers.
Oh
we
wait,
have
Rod
Tim
Ferguson's
Ismay.
over Immortal too, so it's all of Diablo. So that means he's over D2R as well.
Diablo 4 specifically focused on seasons. I say that because if you ask me questions outside of the season's context, I have no idea what's going on.
I got to turn
You
this
said
up a little
plural.
bit.
You said
Wait,
plural.
there's more than one
I-
season.
I'm trying to
more
build more than
than
one
one
season.
season.
Yeah.
There is more than one season. That's going to be, we're revealing
Or
that.
that's job security right there.
I'm actually just asking for it. Yeah.
Wait, we're supposed to be thinking about job security? Damn it.
And we have
Oh,
a
yeah.
familiar face.
Joey P.
Yes, I'm Joe Pipora. I'm the Associate Game Director for the live service, and I'm excited to talk about Season 1 today, at last.
But first,
But first,
Oh, but first, that's right.
because Adam has built
can't-
everything possible
we
to talk
can't
about
start-
except the season.
right,
We
yeah.
can never start talking about seasons until we talk about something else first. But there are cool things to actually talk about.
correct. Obviously, it's been a little over a month since Diablo 4's launched.
It's only been a month.
Is it? Well, if you include
No,
like
no,
early
no, but you're
access-
right. It is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I always, the amount of feedback we get about, like, hey, this thing, and you're like, it's been like 5 weeks. Like,
Exactly.
give us a second.
Exactly.
So,
It has been a month, a little bit more than a month since Diablo 4 has
wait,
actually
how did you
launched.
guys get a season done in 4 weeks? That's incredible.
We started it well before the game launched.
Oh, that's smart.
Sure, we actually released it.
We're extremely good at our job.
Wait, so you
I don't want to get in
started
the weeds,
before the
everybody.
game
I don't
launched?
want to get in the weeds, everybody, but like we did start before the game launched to make sure that we could actually release.
I thought you were just
something.
going to say zombies are really easy to make, and so therefore it was.
All right, Rod,
Oh
get
my
off
God,
the damn
dude.
stage. You're talking too
Also,
much.
people are saying that your mic is low, Mr. Joey P.
My,
Oh, no.
my mic
Yeah,
is low.
so I don't
Okay,
know if
I'll
we,
bring
we'll,
it in a
we'll,
little
we'll
bit.
fix that. I promise. Live broadcast, everyone.
I
Live
can
broadcast.
project everybody.
Yeah,
That's
he
what's
can-
going to take.
He can start screaming.
Just scream at everybody.
And you haven't seen
So
Joey P
interrupted.
scream.
So you,
Yeah, Jeb, that's what we want,
I
right?
was just shocked by the 5 week thing. But anyway,
Correct.
so yes, it's been 5
so
weeks.
obviously it's been 5 weeks since we launched. We've had numerous updates to the game, hot fixes, patches. We actually had a campfire chat in between. Where we talked about even a big
Yeah,
before season
13
one.
page.
Yes,
Man,
13
Bob, that's
page,
what I'm
which we
saying,
were
dude.
Like,
They're
well, that
like
must have
just
been
like
14.5. double
Draw it
space.
out,
I'm like, maybe
draw it
was.
out.
But it still was very big. It was like 11 pages and went on the actual site. But we've addressed a lot of feedback and everything related to the game. We still have more feedback that we're actually going to be addressing. And I will say that
Do it
later
then.
this afternoon there is going to be another patch, climb patch. Surprise, spoilers, or announcement. We will have patch 104. That's going to be hitting all platforms later this afternoon. There will be patch notes posted this afternoon. Very much not as chonky as 103, but it does address additional feedback and issues that people have been
Alright, so we get a
reporting over
patch
to
this
us,
afternoon.
in the
got
actual
one?
patch notes.
Come on, put you on the spot.
Funny enough, I actually have this printed out?
I don't think you can say that 1.04 is coming this afternoon and not give an example
yeah,
of
something
we're fixing.
has.
in 1.04.
I know that they are actually doing a gameplay fix in regards to, or a gameplay adjustment to.
Nobody cares about bug
Helltide
fix.
Chests, so that Helltide Chest will now actually drop unique items.
Yeah, have the chance to
Oh.
drop unique items, but yes.
Sorry.
Wait,
Not like a guarantee.
So relax,
Now,
everybody.
now that's quoted, and I'm just
I
like.
thought it could drop uniques
So-
before.
That's okay. That sounds stupid for me as the GM to go like, I thought they already could drop uniques with Helltide chests. So
I thought somebody said they
was
did.
mistaken there.
Yeah. It's so there are some content types that the rewards are not dropping like unique items from it. So like like Whisper bounty caches, for example, don't have a chance to drop unique items when you turn in for those.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, but I think that there's opportunities for us to continue to like try to expose this more as we talk about these things moving forward. But yeah, this is an opportunity now. We want to make sure that when players are trying to target farm for certain kinds of uniques for their builds they need to grab in order to bring those things online, that those Whisper caches really can be used as a way to or not Whisper caches, the tortured gifts you can get from the Helltides events. Those are really good opportunities to go and try to go for those.
And that's this afternoon. So once 104 goes out, once your uniques can drop in.
That's
Hellfire
right.
chests.
That's right. That's this afternoon.
Yep, and I will say, like,
5
we've been
p.m.
getting,
EST?
like
Okay,
we've mentioned,
okay.
I think many times already in this stream, we have been getting a lot of feedback.
Middle
a
of
lot
stream.
of feedback related to bugs, issues, or even just like general gameplay feedback. And it's something that the team has been reading through and getting through. And those are things that, obviously we're addressing as we get through all these different updates in the future and everything.
We're building a big backlog. Like this is the thing I was making the joke about. They started
Rod,
before,
stop.
like seasons started before
Yeah.
we launched, just to try to set expectations. Like we're moving as fast as we can, but we have to move also safely, because if we move too fast, we can kind of vibrate the game out of stability. And so we're trying to be as reactive as we can, but in a safe way, and knowing we have a large backlog of. Season 1 was already well in flight, and Season 2 is also very much well in flight. And so we're trying to make those adjustments. So we hear the feedback, so please don't take the lack of instantaneous response as in we don't hear you. We hear you. We hear about, I want to lock my inventory. We hear you about all the different
talked about
types of
that.
things that you're giving us feedback on, and we appreciate that feedback.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're doing
That's
our
cool.
best to address it as quickly and as safely as possible. So
Well, he did say client side.
so just trying to
Wait,
manage
wait, no, did he?
expectations that,
Did he say server side or
sometimes
client
it might
side?
Feel, but again, it's only been 5 weeks. This is a game that we are going to, we're going to support for years to come. This is a foundation.
We get it,
of,
5
we
weeks.
said the launch was the beginning, not the end. And so we're going to be continuing to support this game through many seasons and through expansions and what have you. And so please just allow us some time to catch up and work through our backlog to get to those items that we know that you care about.
And I do want to note that we're, as we were in preseason, we were obviously shooting out a lot of updates really quickly. And this is something we talked about a little bit on the campfire chat, but we are going to get into a more systematic way of being able to update the game. So it's not just going to be like ad hoc, hey, guys, what a new client patch type of thing, unless there's an emergency. But yeah, people start to find a more some familiarity with how we actually update the game around seasons and client patches that may occur, whether they are in between or only on seasons and so forth. So we'll have that actually communicated out, and people then know what to expect going forward when we do have different updates or different patches that actually do hit the game.
I think it's really important that we have now talked about things we did in the preseason. We've made a number of changes on the balance side. We've responded to a lot of player feedback. We've got 1.04 coming out later on this afternoon. But Adam, what do the people want to hear about?
Zombies! So we're actually now going to talk about. No,
yeah, Bob, I might not do live again. They drag out too much.
Season 1 is coming, and we actually have a really
give us
cool
the date.
Trailer to show off before we jump into it. So hit it, Rich and Matt.
Or is this going to give us an idea on the theme of the season?
I am writing to you because although a great evil is receding from Sanctuary, a new festering curse
I think so,
now
Bob.
spreads its corruption across the land. More dangerous, more malignant than I could have imagined. I have found a way to stop this plague. To rip the dark power of these monsters from their very core and turn it to our advantage in destroying them. But I cannot do this alone. My allies have fallen. My strength is dwindling. The malignant are relentless and without mercy. I need help.
No, man. There's no way they hit us with a DLC this early. Okay. At least the trailer was kind of short. 7:20. We called it. We got that one right.
And there we have it. The first season of Diablo 4 coming out on July 20th.
July 20th.
The season of the Malignant. Lots to talk about there. So we're actually going to jump into it now.
We got it.
But obviously, a lot of people want to know what's going on. You know, we even teased it on social media yesterday where something was corrupting Sanctuary. I guess Tim, Joe, explain to us what's going on now.
So season 1, the season of the Malignant. So our very, very first season in the game is going to basically take place after the events of Diablo 4. So after the redacted and the redacted have happened and the player has finished redacting the redacted.
It's at least a new world
once
boss.
all that's out of the way, that's when things are really going to kick off in the world of Sanctuary. Kind of step off from that point. And there is a new threat that's basically emerged in Sanctuary. There's this.
It's going to be a new world boss, I think.
That's going to spread throughout the hearts of the creatures throughout the world, and that's everything from beasts to humans to demons themselves. Everything in between can be corrupted by this malignance as beginning to take root and fester inside the inside.
There's
people.
that corrupted
it's basically
thing you were
kind of
talking about.
It's changing them. Right, it's turning them into these bloodthirsty fiends. Effectively, they're going out and trying to destroy everything. And it's threatening Sanctuary at a very, very, very high level. The player's going to come across a new character that they're going to introduce to over the course of the season, named Cormond, who we actually saw in the trailer there. Cormond is there he is. Cormond is an ex. Member of the Cathedral of Light. He used to be a priest of the Cathedral of Light. And he's taken it upon himself to start trying to dive deeper into this new malignant threat that's risen over the course of these days following the events of Diablo 4's main campaign. But he's finding himself maybe a little out of his depth. You say, Tim? What do you think about Cormond?
Yeah, he's trying to fix the problem on his own, and then I think when he's not 100% successful, he comes to the player and says, "Hey, You were really helpful in the past. Could I get a hand from you? So that's kind of where things start.
Yeah, he's very. I think that you'll find like he's a person. Everything in the room is on fire, but he's sitting there like, I can fix it. You know, we can find a way to solve this, right? But he's a great new character the player get introduced over the course of the season. But that's really just where things.
I don't think they're going to get into details outside of the storylines and stuff.
Of Malignant, actually in Kyovashad, and they're going to gain access to like the beginning of the story of the season pretty much.
I think they're going to delve into the details.
So you're able to start off right at level 1, like jumping out of the gate and be able to start like following the thread of this new season storyline.
And we're going to talk about the transition from the current Eternal Realm into the season afterwards. We're going to get through the season information first.
Yeah.
Well, then I know people are really curious about what happens to my current character. How do I think about that transition? But we'll get to that after we get through the season.
Yeah, season.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So that's the kind of like the high level, like what's happening in the world of Sanctuary.
Theme, right?
That's the theme,
we have a
yeah.
seasonal theme with a seasonal story, but like what about the mechanic? On top of the theme, there's usually the seasonal mechanics. So what's the mechanics that we're looking at?
We're trying to add more stuff to seasons that appeal to everything that a player does in Diablo 4. So we are adding story, the elements of what you're going to find out about what is actually happening to Sanctuary, but then we want things that are new challenges for the player, things that you can fight that maybe you haven't fought before.
So new events.
As well as new powers, things that you can build your character in a different way, a different direction than maybe you did in any previous season, or in this case in the preseason when you had just the Eternal Realm. So hitting all of those notes, we're starting with a mechanic around the threat. So what is the threat? The Malignant. We've been talking about it a lot. Where does the Malignant actually show up? That actually shows up throughout the entire game. Yep. When you're playing in the world of Sanctuary, anytime you encounter any elite monster, there's a chance that it will spawn as a malignant version of that monster. So that malignant version is going to have these growths on it and some additional power. After you kill it, a heart will actually appear, the exposed malignant heart that was causing this. If you then interact with that heart by using a cage of binding, it now starts a ritual where it's pulling all the malignants in and a new, even more powerful version of that elite is spawned.
Yep.
Why would you want this? How does this help you? Well, if you can manage to beat that even more powerful version where you see these other minions are now helping it, these other malignant creatures, now it drops the caged heart. You've actually put all that malignant power into this cage that is an item that you can use that is kind of like a gem. It's like a gem in the sense that you can socket it into gear. It is very much not like a gem in the sense that it has an enormous amount of power. Think of a legendary item, the kind of power that's in there. It's like that, maybe even a little bit more than that. So you can take these malignant hearts, you can socket them into your jewelry, and that gives you these kind of stupid new broken builds that are hopefully balanced, but they are extremely powerful.
On, buddy?
These are new options of how you can play the game.
Yeah, so this is really, really cool, right? So one of the things we really want to do with each season, to Tim's point, is we want to make sure that we're providing new ways for players to engage with Diablo 4, new problems for them to solve, new ways for them to customize their characters and kind of do new cool stuff.
Right.
And that's what Malignant Hearts and the powers associated with Malignant Hearts really allow us to do. So one of these things, so yes, you can take a malignant heart that you've managed to collect from one of the consumed that you managed to kill, one of these super malignant creatures that you've killed this way, and you can socket them into your gear. We have over 30. We have 32 new. I'm not gonna say like over 30. We have 32 new malignant powers.
You know exactly how many powers.
Technically, yeah, it's 32. So we have 32 new malignant powers are going out this way. These are new legendary power-like abilities. We can see this one here: critical strikes, electrically charged to creatures for a set amount of damage. So these are like there's a lot of really powerful things like this that you'll be able to kind of like interact with over the course of time. But each of the malignant hearts you're collecting are actually like a category. They're associated with a color. So if like brutal hearts, for example, or like have a blue color to them, and they'll only go in infested sockets you'll find on rings and jewelry during the season of the malignant of a matching color.
I see.
So when you're hunting for when you're finding new amulets and rings or gambling at the opals vendor, whatever it is you want to do, you're kind of looking for specific socket colors.
Or if you're getting a unique ring from the new Helltide chest rewards as you're playing from the one.
That's right. If you happen to luck out and get Mother's Embrace because you need another Mother's Embrace, then yes, you can absolutely.
One will never do. But what's interesting, so there's 3 different types of color sockets, yes?
There's 3 different types of colored sockets, but there's 4 different types of malignant hearts.
Yes. Go on.
Well, okay, I guess I will. So the last malignant heart type is called basically a raffle. It's like extremely powerful malignant heart type. They're very, very rare to find. They will fit in any colored socket.
Yeah, I was about to
as
say
you
it's
go.
just going to be like a
And
what's
you
it,
kind of
prismatic,
want a combination of
where
all
it
of
would
these.
like
So even though the
go
the
into
raffles are
anything.
pretty strong, you're really only looking to probably have like 1 or 2 of these based on what you might actually need for your build, over the course of time. So it's fun, like the
So you
really
can only
the
use it
experiment with,
three
again,
different
creating
pieces.
these different problems for players to solve, different ways for players to engage with things, and really change up that experience by virtue of adding these new powers. They're going to unlock
I
different builds
doubt it's
potentially
gonna
for
be
classes,
that.
to Tim's point, and just basically be like a really fun, exciting new way for players to kind of inject new power into the experience.
But you're looking for the. So can the jeweler, when the jeweler right now can add a socket to, a piece of jewelry?
Yeah.
Are they able to add colored sockets, or are those only
So you can't
found?
choose the color, but anytime a ring would roll with a socket when the Season of Malignance starts, it's always going to have a color associated with it. There's not like, you couldn't get like just a regular jewel
But
socket
even,
anymore.
a jeweler created one? Like if I have a ring with no socket, when I do the jeweler, it'll be colored?
It'll always be colored.
Yeah, so
It'll
you
always
do
be an
the
infested
jewel,
socket.
Yeah, I
in this
mean,
way. Yeah.
it's
But that's true for unique. So if I'm looking for a unique, I have a unique ring. Like you
I mean,
talked
they're
about,
playing it
but
up
I
like
want
it's a
the
big
blue
deal, but
version.
yeah, so you're
I
looking at
could
3
find a
sockets on
unique with the
all
red
total
socket,
of
and I
your
could find a yellow
your
socket.
equipment.
So I'm looking for blue. So
Yeah,
there'll
you
be
might be-
multiple
People end
versions
up
of the
with like
uniques as
3
well, right?
prismatic
That's
of the
correct.
highest
Yeah.
tier at some
So yeah,
point,
fun,
and it'll
fun
be
new
like
stuff to look
whatever.
forward to, and that's just, I mean, we showed in the video earlier, like the player fighting a malignant creature. There's a chance for, as Tim pointed out, like there's a chance for all kinds of elites out there.
Yeah,
in the
this
world
plays
to be
into the
malignant
whole
in
where's the
nature,
gem
which makes them
tab,
more
because
powerful.
now
But then when
they're
you kill
adding
them
more
and you go and
gems.
you actually use the Cage of Binding to capture their heart. Then you fight that super consume the consume version. It's like that's gonna be like buffing nearby monsters. It spawns a bigger combat in that scene. There's more to look forward to, and those get tougher and tougher. And you want to fight higher and higher level versions of those in higher world tiers to get even better versions of those hearts.
Yeah, so you can get stronger versions of the hearts as you get further into the game, and you might be thinking like, okay, does that mean like the old, like the crafting
there'll be
hearts
there'll
that I
be
got
35
earlier,
like all the
those
other
uses?
gems.
You can actually break those down at the crafter as well to get a crafting material out of them that allows you to craft new items, including invokers. So invokers are something that you can use a little bit further on once you finish the campaign of Season 1. You will unlock the ability to go and use these at a specific place called a malignant tunnel. So if you are
By the way,
trying to...
that's also the name of my colonoscopy.
Okay.
There we go. And
It's a serious thing when you're over 50.
this is
You should know
and
that.
this-
That's
and this is
Rod,
really
get
good
off
point.
the
So if you have
stage,
a
man.
malignant tunnel, you should get yourself checked out.
So in the world of Sanctuary, when we say Malignant Tunnel, we mean, hey, I'm a player and I actually want to get more of these hearts, but it's just a random chance on elites out in the world. Where can I intentionally find more of them? There are these Malignant Tunnels. So
Yeah,
there are actually
yeah, I would
places
agree.
across
Yeah,
the
I mean,
world
nightmares
where
are already
the
kind of
Malignance
the
is
rifts,
manifesting
right?
in these new dungeons. So if you specifically want to go find more Malignant hearts, you can hunt down these tunnels.
Yep.
You can go in and, hey, there are more Malignant there. So there's a higher chance of finding Malignant monsters there. And if you want to guarantee it, man, I really need a very specific type of Malignant heart. How do I make that even more likely? That's when you take your crafted invoker, you go all the way to the end of a malignant tunnel, and you can use it on a malignant outgrowth. When you use it on that outgrowth, it now spawns that specific type of malignant. It's going to have the color associated with it of the heart you're trying to find. You kill that, and you're going to get the specific heart. So there's a little bit more targeted farming you can do as you approach the end game of Season 1.
Actually, I have like, if go to the C video, it will be able to show you going into an evoker event where you can go in and sort of, which I've heard called the turkey baster from hell, basically.
They're
is
playing
what
up
it
this
It does kind
this
of,
new
yes. That wasn't the like
malignant
art direction.
event thing,
Yeah,
but
that's where we ended up.
I feel like it's not going to have that big an impact. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It's basically just adding some more
A few
gems
different ones
that you
can
only
potentially
put in
spawn different
rings and
colors of
amulets.
malignant,
I mean,
outgrowths that can
that's
spawn
what it
from
boils
those.
down to.
So it gives you those opportunities to
I don't
go
think
and,
it's like-
really target farm, as Tim's pointed out, like certain kinds.
I don't think
of
it's going to have the
malignant hunts,
impact maybe
as
they
players
think it's
go
going to
through the
have.
experience. Yeah.
So when we show, like we were just showing it?
I mean, I guess we don't
What?
truly know because we don't know what kind of stats are on
the
these things.
invoker event. So
But,
basically, there's a
I don't
growth. You
know.
get to the
I
end of
don't-
the tunnel. There's you're able to basically, essentially, you're requesting a monster of a particular color. Yes, you're saying like, I want a blue heart. A chance. to get
Yeah,
a
that's
blue
what I'm
heart
saying,
by
Jeb. I
trying to
don't.
defeat
It's
the blue
it's
monster.
minor
That's
impact
right.
at
And some of
best,
these are,
unless like the
particularly later
top
on
tier
these,
ones
the
have like
most
some
powerful hearts you get,
crazy thing, like
from
the
things like these invokers
the
and
machine gun
Right, go and interact with them. So, yeah.
altar.
Something we're very excited
So
about.
basically, they're using
Unless
invoker
it has
on
that kind of
this.
an impact, then
one
they're
of the
they're
pods.
they're just like
Right,
whatever.
yeah, outgrowths from this malignant mass.
Which then creates a blue monster for you to fight. You have to take that down, which will then. So does this one go through the same mechanic where I have to kill it, try to capture heart to kill
Yeah,
the harder thing?
when this thing pops up after you kill this one, you don't actually have
Well,
to
I don't know, Yang,
You're fighting
because of the
the-
fact
like,
that
the
it's
powers
literally
within it,
just
like,
got the
immediately.
That's what I
three
was asking, yeah.
pieces that you can put those in,
That's right.
unless like
Nice. So it's kind of a little like
the
this
gem
is
has like a
basically,
bunch of
I've got a bunch of
stats
stuff I'm not
on
using
it.
right now.
If
I
it's
can
just
craft
like
it
one
down
stat,
so
I
that
don't know,
can
man. I don't
focus
think
what
it'll have the
malignant
impact
hearts I
they're
want.
making
Maybe
it
in my
out to
build,
be.
I know I want a brutal heart, but I haven't running into any blue malignants out there in the world. So now I can go into a malignant tunnel.
I don't
find my
even
way to
remember the
end,
first season of
have an
Diablo 3.
opportunity to use the invoker to create a blue malignant to go after its heart. Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Roger's called it out.
And I know.
that's all I'm here to do is summarize.
I mean, it's hard to say because we
He's
don't
like,
know what
I
the
will
stats
take
are.
everything
Like
you
the
said,
one low-level
summarize
one that
into
they just showed was
sentences.
just like
And
plus
I know,
lightning
like,
damage or
obviously
something.
with the story and so forth, there are like new a new boss and so forth
Yeah, there's
associated
new, but
with
we're
it.
not really talking
We're
about
not
the boss too much
redacted,
today, but, like, yes,
redacted,
there's,
but yes.
It's worth calling out, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is worth
there's new boss monster for players to fight over the course of the season. There are new legendary items for players to collect this season.
Correct.
There's
Yes.
there's,
Wrong word.
Legendary powers, I should say, for players to collect. There's new unique items for players to collect.
Now those new unique legendaries and the unique uniques.
Yeah, you
Thanks
go.
for that.
Here
Those
we
are
go.
not just in the seasonal realm, though, right? Are those things that are also showing up in the eternal?
That's right. Those will also show up in the Eternal Realm. So yeah,
Exactly.
if you're a player
How
who's
many?
like, really trying to continue to progress your character in the Eternal Realm, there's now a few new items for you to go try to hunt for and use to kind of augment and change your build.
Said
This
a
is the
few.
moment where I can do the producer thing.
Okay, yeah,
So
please.
you probably saw before on the screen when we looked at the cinematic, it was awesome. And in the end, we said July 20th. Oh my God, there it is, the day it's coming out. We are actually putting out the patch a little bit earlier. So just for awareness, so everyone
okay.
knows.
So we
You're
actually-
gonna see your game patching on July 18th. That is all of the stuff coming to you that is going to turn on July 20th.
Balance changes, the new items.
Yeah. So July 18th is actually anything that shows up on the Eternal Realm is there right away. If you just want to continue playing the game as normal on your existing characters or a new Eternal character if you want, July 18th, the new legendaries and uniques that they were just talking about will be available to you on the Eternal Realm, as well as any other improvements, balance changes, rewards changes that we've made. Those will be there right away on July 18th. July 20th, the season turns on. You can now create seasonal characters.
I think it's like going back to managing expectations. I think one of the things we've been trying to be really clear about with seasons is that it is not a continuation of the main campaign storyline. Like we've been trying to use phrases like it's a new quest line.
Yeah,
working
the
with
data
Foreman
mining happens after
solve
that
the
patch
malignant is a
download.
big, is obviously the journey you're on, but it's not about the Anarius Lilith journey. It's not extending that story. It's sort of a side story inside the open.
So we're not going to get a number
it takes
till
place
July
after the Diablo
19th,
4.
July
You're absolutely
18th
right. This is a
after
new
they
self-contained story,
start data
within the
mining.
season of the
So
Limited, which is great because it just gives us it affords us a lot of opportunities to tell an exciting story and to create like these new big.
we
features
will
to kinda
get
go
more
along
new
with that support is.
uniques.
So as I'm playing through that now, it would be amazing if there was some way to sort of track my accomplishments through the season. I don't know, maybe some sort of journey perhaps
so you
would
want
be
to track,
really.
you want to track your seasonal journey through some kind of feature.
Is that, I don't know if I could tee that up any higher for you. We went from golf to
Yeah, went from golf to t-ball.
Rod,
Yeah,
get
so-
off the stage.
No, absolutely. So there is, this is obviously with season 1 where we're going to bring out the season journey feature, which I know we talked a little bit about on stream before, but I guess it's worth maybe calling out and maybe a little bit more clarity.
Hey, look, it's this, but without redacted.
Look, it's the battle pass.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is
No top secret.
yeah. So this is the battle pass we introducing as part of season 1, and then going into here you'll see the season journey, and again. So the season.
Oh, wait,
journey
wait.
is
It was
separated
every
into
5,
7
wasn't it?
Chapters.
It wasn't every
and,
10 like I was
these
saying. Like
individual
every
chapters.
5
Each
you
of
get the
those
free
chapters
one.
has a number of objectives inside each of them in order to allow you to progress that chapter.
And you don't have to do all of them?
You don't have to do all of them. You have to do a subset of them in order to advance to the next chapter. So I think it's really cool. So like objective to objective, you're going to be earning favor drops, which can be used to fuel your battle pass, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. Yeah. But you're also, for your chapter completion moments,
Gotta talk
you're getting
about
big
the battle
drops of that
pass.
favor that's going to be used like an experience point value for your battle pass. But you're also going to be getting some like item rewards, and importantly, you're going to be unlocking new legendary aspects, ones that you can't normally get through the Codex of Power, through like dungeon completion, and also many of our new legendary aspects we're adding in the season. If you're playing in the seasonal realm, you can collect that for your Codex of Power by going to the season journey. So it's a great way for you to introduce yourself.
Yeah,
to some
I
of
think
these
we
new
can
things
scratch
as you're
World
kind of
Tier
playing
5.
through.
Yeah, I love this. Like, one of the things that's hard about, for people who know Diablo 3 and its sort of journey.
Hold on, wait. Do you love this?
I love this.
Oh, that actually feels really good to hear.
I love this. The notion around, like, I like the fact that the subset aspect of it, because I know there are certain things. I'll pick a stupid example. It's like, maybe I hate sellers for some reason. I'm a seller hater. And so I never want to complete a seller. Then the fact that I can advance chapter 1 to go to chapter 2 without ever doing what lurks below, I think that's great, because that's, like, I find you get into situations. I have other games where they're like, you must do this thing that you really don't want to do in order to progress. And the fact that I don't have to do that here, that I can choose a subset of things
going
to
for
continue
what,
my
though?
progress,
What are
I
you
think
talking
is really
about?
smart.
Like the journey thing?
Yeah, I think it's really good to hear. It's one of the things we really want to do is make sure that like the base example of this is like we really like letting players use our fields of hatred as opportunities to kind of like progress their characters inside of the season, but we don't, and we want to include that
Which is
in
the
season
PvP
journey,
fields, yeah.
which is the PvP content in the game. But we don't want to make that like a requirement that you must go do this content in order to progress your season journey. We want to give players the option to do this if they choose.
One
So,
thing I do
Yeah,
wanna
that's
call out here as
what
well,
I've always
with the
found with
season
battle
journey,
passes.
I'm
You
just
like
gonna call it out in
complete
some
a lot
other
of
places
it
that,
just
it can be
doing
confusing
the
to
regular
players initially
gameplay.
that
I don't
you
think you
to
go
this
out of your
battle
way
pass
to,
screen,
like,
you
complete
click
it.
on the season journey button. Do I have to buy the battle pass to get this?
It could be some guy. It
Everyone
could
has
be just the
access to
early
the
ones.
Season journey. This is a base feature that everybody is engaging with. Actually, everybody has access to the battle pass too. You're engaging with, even if you never pay a cent, you are engaging with the battle pass. You're getting
In
free
the
stuff.
seasonal realm.
In the seasonal realm.
Yes, in the
Ron has
seasonal.
always reminded me to say that. Like, in the seasonal realm, this stuff exists. There is no season journey if you're not in the season. That's very important. It only exists there. There's no battle pass if you're not in the season.
Right.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So yeah, that's the essentially the way the season journey works. Those final objectives, those final chapters are really tough to complete. You can get some like special like cosmetics.
Yeah,
like,
that's what they're
special,
saying
like,
right
title
here.
and things at the towards the end of that path. So
Right.
we're excited to see players like engage with it and for us to continue to support it in future seasons.
And so we saw that the season journey grants you a lot of favor to go towards your battle pass, but you also earn favor just out in the world killing stuff. And
That's right. Anything that's like killing monsters, completing like whispers and dungeons and things like all of these things will be earning you favor as you kind of play through the season.
Right.
So anything that's getting you experience points is your chance to get you that favor.
No, it's
as
every
well.
3.
So if
Not
you,
every 5.
If
It's
you
every
have
3.
never played,
See,
the
they always
campaign
did it
yet,
like,
you're
if
about
you
to
don't
buy the
participate in the
game
battle
for the first
pass
time, like
or
the season,
don't
for
buy it,
example,
Right.
you still get like these
I'll
every
be
3.
like,
You
okay,
get a
I'm gonna roll
free
season character, I'm
thing
gonna play
out
the
of it.
campaign. The fact that while I'm playing the campaign, I'm killing stuff, and I'm still earning favor. Like, this stuff is still sort of progressing in the background, right? In
That's
terms
absolutely
of,
correct.
I just won't run into any. I won't run into any malignant.
Is this
until
like
I
all
finish
going to
the
be like
campaign.
cosmetic
That's
stuff?
absolutely right. But you will, as you play, if you make a new character, to your point, Rod, on the seasonal realm, and you're playing through the campaign, you will be earning favor as you're killing monsters and doing things during the campaign. But a lot of those, and you can also progress your season journey, but some of those objectives might require you to
102
interact with
days
season
for
features that
season.
aren't available until after you finish the events of the Diablo 4 main campaign.
So,
And that's probably one of the big things
right
to
at
clear
about
out.
3
And,
months, a
I
little
know
over.
we're going to talk about the transition later, but in terms of getting access to the mechanic, the idea of talking to Corman, capturing malignant hearts, having rings with colored socket or jewelry with colored sockets, that stuff all takes place post-campaign.
That's
And
correct.
so if you haven't beat the campaign yet, you're not going to run into these seasonal mechanics.
Yeah, you won't fight malignant creatures, for example, while you're going through the campaign
Correct,
on the
yeah.
seasonal realm, but you will shortly thereafter. So one of the things you can do, and I know we're going to talk about this, and we keep saying we're going to talk about this,
Right.
and then we talk about it anyway. But like, so I would say, like, you know, one of the things you can do to get ready for the season is to make sure you finish your campaign playthrough. Diablo 4,
Yes.
jump in. You can choose to skip campaign when you make your new seasonal character,
Right.
and dive right into the seasonal story and content immediately.
And that's forevermore. That's one thing we tried to say is that once you complete the campaign on one character on your
Yeah,
account,
one character, one
for every
time.
season moving forward, for any character you create moving forward, you can skip campaign and start off in Kyovashad level 1.
Yeah, I feel like
And,
there's
you
still
know,
a lot of
those
people that
scriptures,
haven't
but
even
yes.
played through the campaign.
Is that the
Foreshadowing.
only thing that we can be doing to prepare
Well,
for
we should
season
get to
one?
Let's get to the-
we should get to the battle pass. So the favor. So you have favor flowing because you're playing the game.
Because you're playing the game, because you're doing your season journey objectives, you're getting even
and
more
I
of
was going
it.
to say you're getting more, and the favor is really flowing because I'm completing the season journey objectives, and so
Yep.
that favor is feeding into your progress on the battle pass, whether you've chosen to just have the free battle pass or whether you've chosen to upgrade it to a premium battle pass. Correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So can we go back to the screen because I think it's one of the things. What we highlight here is part of the thing is kind of we use the term. Why would I want to complete the battle?
The backdrop's cool looking.
One of the reasons you would want to complete the battle
I
pass
like
is
that armor
you could look
set,
like
but it's
this.
probably battle pass
and
only.
by completing the battle pass in terms of the mount armor. The
I
armor
mean,
that
it
the
looks
characters
cool
are
as
wearing.
hell.
And so
Yeah, look.
do you wanna
that's
talk a little
cool
bit
looking
about
stuff.
what
I
that is?
mean,
one of the things
they
that's
do
really
a good
cool
job
about
with
a
a
lot
lot
of
of the
items in the Battle
skins.
Pass. There are these
Oh, is
really
my mic
exciting
cutting out?
like armors to chase for the characters. There are like fun new emotes to go chase for different classes, and we have even things like the like what we're showing off here.
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't know
Arson's
about
tunic.
that.
We have some things that
That
are
must
like,
be
like
free.
these, and this is actually one of our free cosmetics. Actually, is that the things are like a little bit lower fantasy that you can use to kind of like role play different kind of themes out for your characters. Just give you more options. And we have like our.
mean, it's
bigger
a
stuff
cool
like this,
looking
like,
helmet.
This is like the Awoken Cold Iron stuff. Is like some of like the like real chase armor cosmetics that exists at the end of the Battle Pass.
Oh,
things
that
like,
yeah.
if you
They always
notice
put the really
either
cool
role-playing
stuff at
armor,
the
like
end.
the artisan tunic.
See,
or
like,
the,
premium Battle Pass
the
required to
helmet
unlock
is
that.
one of the big things about the Battle Pass is that unlike the shop, the Battle Pass, all of the cosmetics are class agnostic. So why we have a preview for all 5 classes, so you can see what it looks like on a barbarian, what it looks like on a druid, what it looks like on a necromancer, and those sorts of things. And that's one of the nice things about the Battle Pass is everything you're earning on the Battle Pass, class agnostic.
Yeah, for those transmogs.
The exception is the transmog weapons. There are transmog weapons on there that are class specific, just because classes
Can
only
only
equip
use
certain
specific,
weapons.
yeah.
So if your class can equip that weapon, then you have access to it. Just to reinforce, I think it was already expressed, but there are lots of free things on the Battle Pass. If you pay to upgrade it to the premium Battle Pass, what you're gaining access to are a bunch of additional cosmetic things.
Yeah.
So the only thing you're getting access to by paying is that additional cosmetic unlock. So there's really, really cool stuff, some on the early end, and then especially
wanted to make sure
on the
it
tail
was-
end of
everybody knows it's not
that's what
pay
you're
to
buying
win.
into. But the free version,
Keep going. I'm getting ready to transition.
okay, the free version
I know where I
of
want to
it
go after you.
still has some very cool unlocks. And anything related to, well, you wanted to talk more about blessings, right?
That
Well,
red
that's what they're
shirt,
saying with the
free
side.
version.
Like, so we were saying there's 27 free
Yeah.
tiers in the Battle Pass, and part of those 27 free tiers are smoldering ashes that you can get based on the level
Yes.
you are in the game
Yep.
and that you've progressed with favor. And what do those smoldering ashes get you?
So these smoldering ashes the player will collect at the Battle Pass are, as you called out, like they're on the free track of the Battle Pass. You need to be you have a character.
Yeah,
at a
that's
certain
what I
level
was
to be able
wondering,
to
some
actually
guy.
use them. So they're kind of like they're rate limited that way. We'll take those and you'll be able to use those and apply them to the seasonal blessings system.
Right.
And here, okay, we can actually finally reveal all of these. So here are the places where, as the players collecting these ashes, they can invest them here to give all of their characters on the seasonal realm kind of like this advantage able to carry through. So whether that is like bonus to like XP earned from monster kills, like we call out here, or things like boosting the duration of all elixirs that you're using over the course of the season.
Right, and you can looks like, I'm assuming that, I don't know if it's linear or not, but if I would assume it was linear, I can do it 4 times at 15%, so like 60%
Yeah, Jeff, right.
duration on elixirs.
The green
in terms
shake
of
oak shows
that
up
particular,
finally.
The earn or prolonging.
That's right. Yeah, we want to make this just be an extra little fun little thing for players to chase as they're going through the season to kind of help them like boost their characters a little bit more quickly as they kind of get deeper and deeper into progression through the season and give them a few different advantages to play with while they're playing through.
So if I were to max out with my smoldering ashes, they're like earn or prolonging is where I want to invest my smoldering ashes. I can basically take my 30-minute elixir and make it almost a 50-minute elixir. So getting that 5% XP boost, maybe for me it's the extra 200 thorns and the 200 armor. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, and give you boosts to like get more opportunities to earn like the or better malignant heart drops that can occur for you as you're playing.
And these are available to everyone because
Yes.
who's in the seasonal realm because it's part of the free track.
Yes.
And they are limited based on. They're also limited based on level of the player, so that even if someone were to use tier skips, even though they might get to the tier that says free
You unlock
smoldering
an ash,
ashes,
it might require-
it doesn't actually unlock until you get to the level requirement.
Yeah, for like for example, like the first ash that you unlock in the Battle Pass is I think it's tier 8 maybe.
Tier 8,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it has a level 40 character requirement as an example. Just to make it really, really clear, like you will be able to use this in time, but immediately like you need to continue to progress your character and like continue to level up, and then you'll be able to use that accordingly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can kind of do my little summary thing. So basically, the way what we said, so we have a seasonal theme of the malignant, which has the mechanic of capturing malignant hearts and putting it into jewelry. We use that to complete our season's journey. Our season journey is rewarding us favor. Our favor we're then putting into the battle pass to get really cool cosmetics and transmogs, but also based on our level and our tier in the battle pass, we'll get smoldering ashes. We can use those smoldering ashes to apply a season's blessing, which allows us to use those urns and get sort of perks for during just this season that we've unlocked.
That's correct.
So the free person's experience, if you never want to pay a cent, you are still getting a lot of power out of the season journey and the free aspect, the free unlocks on the battle pass. So this is kind of an increase in power for everybody. And then if you want to spend money, just reinforcing that, that's unlocking more cosmetics.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like they're amazing cosmetics. I am planning to pay to unlock them myself. But there's no
Liar,
counter
you're
them. They
getting
are
it for
transmogs.
free.
They
You
are
don't
not
say
actual
you're
items.
paying for
it's
it.
just a transmog you can place on your armor to look cool. They don't actually cause things to light on fire.
Come
It's just
on,
reinforcing what we
man.
had talked about before, like even before launch and so forth, is that the battle pass itself,
There's
anything
no
that
way
you
he's
pay
not
for
getting the battle
all the paid
pass for
items are gonna be
free.
Cosmetics and for you, it's
And
no
if-
pay for
if-
power.
And if you bought the deluxe or the ultimate edition, this you already will have a ability to make that a premium battle pass. You know, it still doesn't. So that's great for them. So then let's talk a little bit about the transitional side of it
Yeah,
in terms of
okay.
how I go into this or what happens. So there's a couple of different things. There's like one is like there's a need. So there's a question. I guess we should talk about renown. Like one of the big
Okay,
things
yeah.
that we hear the most about is, hey, I spent a lot of time, and I know I did too. I completed all my renown objectives. I've got full everything, and now I hear, oh, I have to re-roll my character in season. Do I have to go find all the altars of Lilith? Do I have to go all clear the fog of war again?
Yeah, so I know we've talked about this in stream before, but it definitely bears repeating. So like when season 1 goes live, players are going to be able to go basically carry over like all of the fog of war that they've cleared. So everything, all the world they've explored on their characters in each of the zones, like the Fractured Peaks and Scotsland and such, all of that's going to carry over, as well as all of the renown that you have earned from all of that, all of the
So
exploration.
can we
that
bring
you've
up
done.
the screen? So
yeah.
basically, where we see
Well,
areas
I think
discovered.
we already, yeah, they
Let's
had
say
said
I've
that
actually.
before.
Okay, well, we'll say this is this person.
Yeah.
So right now they've got 30 areas discovered, which is worth 150 renown.
Right.
So what's going to happen is in the season, I'm going to have 30 areas clear inside of Kyrgyzstan.
Well,
and
I
will
can
have
kind of see that,
150
Jeb. I don't
renown
know how
already in the
big of
bank.
a
And it will have unlocked whatever
Play-
150
test
renown will
player
have
base
unlocked.
they
Absolutely
have.
Right. Yep, absolutely
But
right.
I mean, this
So
guy's
you
like
have that.
one of the
You're also
lead
gonna have
guys.
already collected
He's
all your
getting it for
altars of
free.
Lilith that you've got from your
So,
account as
so the
well.
same thing here. So I
He's
will have
one of the head
12
guys,
will be
man.
appearing on my map immediately, and I will have 120 renown in the bank with my other 100. So I'll have 270 renown already earned, waiting for me to claim when I fire up the season.
That's absolutely correct. So these are the advantages you get to start with, and like if you look at like all the renown you can collect from discovering all of the areas and from getting all of your altars of Lilith, is going to get you in each of the zones, basically through the first 2 tiers, and a little bit of the way through the 3rd tier
Right.
for each of the zones.
I
for
think,
renown.
well,
So you
I
get to start
mean,
with,
I've
like, if you
seen
start
Rod
at level
Ferguson,
1
the guy
day
on the
1 of
left,
new
the
season
older
with a
guy.
brand new character.
He's
You'll start- and you've
constantly
done all this
posting,
work
like,
with your previous characters
gameplay.
in previous playthroughs. You'll have
he
5
play
skill
he
points to
I
play with, and then 5
I
extra
think all
potion
these
charges.
guys
So
probably
it'll be
play.
9 it'll be
I
9
would
potion
give it to
charges.
him. I think
Level one,
I think they
you'll have 5
do
skill
actually
points and
play.
9 potions ready to go.
Absolutely. You just claim those things down, you're good to go for the season.
And
Because
your
Rod
master.
Ferguson's
And your
always
master.
showing
And
like
your
he's
master.
So
necromancer.
that goes back to what Tim was teeing up earlier. When we think about, hey, I'm excited about the season, I want to prepare for it. I've got, what is it? This is the 6th today?
Today's the 6th.
Okay,
Yes.
so I
you
have 14 days.
14
I
have
bet
2
they don't
weeks.
play Immortal.
What should I be doing in these next 2 weeks? And so one was, I better get the
guarantee you they
campaign
don't
done,
play
because I
Immortal.
wanna-
Complete the
I want to
campaign.
fight the malignant. But now, like, if you had places to go to, like, dig deep on clearing the fog and dig deep on finding the altars, because those are going to carry into the season.
Yeah, all that stuff will carry over with you.
Okay, so then, Tim, how do I think about? I've got
Yeah,
5,
some
6
guy.
alts,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
my
we kind
characters
of
right now in the
they
Eternal
had kind
Realm.
of said that already,
We're
so
talking
he's
about
just
turning over
clarifying it.
progress based on your. How do I ensure that the progress, like the most progress character, it actually impacts my seasonal character? Like,
Yeah, Tim, tell
could
us.
Yeah, it's a great question. For various technical implementation reasons, we do actually need you to log in on existing characters to kind of self-migrate some of your data with this. So this is something that we implemented based on player feedback that we got. So we put it in as quickly as we could. It is in for Season 1, but what we need you to do, once Season 1 comes out, actually once the patch comes out, you don't even have to wait until July 20th. You can do this on July 18th, which is when the patch goes live. You should log in with characters that have the most progress. If you have a single character you played, or if you have one character that, hey, on this one character I unlocked all the altars and cleared all the fog of war, awesome. You just have to log in with that person. When you log in with that character, all of that progress is going to be propagated across your entire account. It'll be saved as, hey, this is just unlocked for your whole account now. At that point, any character you log on, either one of your existing alts or any new character you make in seasons will now have all of that progress. So you have to do it once, but after you've done that, it is now saved to your account. And just to reinforce, the experience you're going to have if you have unlocked all of these things, it takes a little bit of work, but if you've unlocked all of that, when you start that new seasonal character, wow, is that a lot of power. You are going to level pretty fast, because extra 5 skill points, extra 5 potions, you are ridiculously overpowered when you first start playing. Like, that is a lot of extra power.
It will accelerate you a little bit as you start.
And because that is a big caveat, like we will be reminding everyone. I'm going to be like literally screaming it from the rooftops. I know we will be.
And I'm
posting it
assuming
in
when
our-
you unlock the
our
Paragon
patch
board,
notes
you
on,
get all those
that come
points
out
from
for
the
patch on
renown,
18th,
right?
Just to remind people that yes, log into your characters beforehand. Even if you log in, like if you jump into the season later on, you can log into those characters with the most amount of progress.
Well,
and
that's
so
yeah,
forth.
that's the two things we should, because there'll probably be questions. But one is, I don't do that for whatever. I go on vacation. I'm not playing. I come back. The season started. I can still log in my Eternal Realm character and have all that progress brought to the season. Yes.
Yes.
Even after the season started. So it's not like, oh, you only have 18 to 20
Exactly.
to get it those 2 days.
It's there forever. Functionally, from this point forward, anytime you ever log in on a character, it will just check like, hey, does this character have any progress that's not already credited on your account? Cool, I'm now crediting it to your account.
Right. And so and that's for the seasonal. So if I think about the Eternal Realm, like for example, my Necromancer has everything. I've got the full bar on renown on all 5. Not humble bragging. That's a point of fact.
humble bragging.
Yeah,
Not humble bragging.
absolutely.
So for the next 5 minutes, we're going to talk about
So
this.
let's talk about how good my Necromancer is. No, but all I'm saying is I have a Sork that has not had the same level of progress in the world. So after the 18th, when I log in my Necro and all that progress gets put to my account, when I go to log in my Sork next, even on the Eternal Realm, my Sork will now have all the progress that my Necro
Correct.
has.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
And let's say, like, just to dive really deep into this. So let's say that you've got,
I know,
you've got 2 different
we
characters.
should do some sort of
you've
dev
got-
stream where we can talk and go deep.
That's true, actually, yeah. So let's say you've got like 2 characters you play. Like one has done everything in the Fractured Peaks, has uncovered everything in the Fractured Peaks, and has uncovered like all of the altars with level both. You get another character who's gotten everything in Scott's Glen, who's unlocked like all the field, the Fog of War, has found all the altars Lilith. If I log in on my Fractured Peaks character, and just by doing that, all of that credit will now be transferred to my Scott's Glen character. When I log into my Scott's Glen character, all of that credit will be applied to my Fractured Peaks characters. At that point, all of the credit of the progress I made on either of those characters has been propagated to the entirety of my account.
Right. So it becomes an and.
It's not just like it's and. It's not like the one account that has the most stuff and then I want to log into that one. No, you want to log into every account that might have like tons of progress if they've made in different directions. Right.
And I think to just again, hey, let's talk about managing expectations. Some of you might be saying like, wow, that sounds a little clunky. And I think the point that Tim was trying to make was, hey, prior to season 1, we had actually talked about that you wouldn't have any renown progress carryover. You would have to go find the altars of Lilith. You would have to go clear the fog.
Wow, that would have been horrible.
The original plan when launching the game, or prior to launching the game, the original plan was that there was no transition of state from Eternal Realm to Seasonal Realm as part of this. And so hearing the player feedback as we talked about seasons,
no
and hearing
way
the
anybody
response
would
that
have
we
done
got
it.
about
I think
have to
people
find
would
all
have
the
quit
altars again,
before
I have
doing
to
all the
find
renown
clear the
again.
map again, and wanting to make sure that we were listening to the players.
Yeah.
We put in a system that allowed us to do that, but is not the most smoothest, most sophisticated, because we were doing it under very tight time constraints as quickly as possible.
Hey, did you want it done?
Yeah.
Did you want it done?
It's
The answer is
I'm
yes.
just
you want it
saying.
done.
I'm just saying. Like that wasn't the design from the start. Was not to do this.
Right.
Log in a character on the 18th and make it pass.
Yeah.
That's what we had to do to make it happen for season 1.
And this was based off of, obviously player feedback that we've gotten since launch. So this is us implementing it quickly to address, the feedback that you guys have been giving.
Yep.
And then on top of that,
All right, address some
a
more
huge shout
feedback.
out to our engineers for getting this all implemented before
Much
we
like-
actually jump into the season.
Much like
So-
the Nightmare Dungeon teleport.
Exactly.
Like miracles can happen and very quickly. So
A lot of these actually end up with us going to an engineer and asking how long it would take to do it, and the first answer is to do it right.
First
And
answer is
that's
they
a very big
cry.
number.
Yeah.
And then there's like, okay, well, what about to make it work right now? And always, if you told me you wanted to do this X
Jeff,
months
for
ago,
sure,
I could have
dude.
done it. Way
There's no
easier.
way,
I
dude.
implemented it
I don't
completely
know,
differently.
man.
So,
Yeah, I
we
might have,
make
like-
it work, but sometimes
I don't know.
the
There's no
fact
way
that
I'd
you
have
have to log
done the
in to
renown.
get the progress propagated. We would have made it a smoother version if we knew months ago.
All right,
but-
look, all right. Like, zoom in on me. Zoom in on me.
Come closer.
We get it.
Let's do that.
Let's move on.
Okay, it's not going to happen. There it is. Okay, yeah. All right.
Next.
It's a live game. We know we need to it's a live game. We know we are looking at trying to make improvements based on the feedback that we're getting from players. We're playing the game ourselves, and we're seeing how everything is really feeling as it's all coming together with a giant audience of players playing and enjoying the game. we want to make sure that we are making the right changes as quickly as we can for the community. Some of those things are a lot harder than others. But like all the feedback, like Adam, you called out some things really early on at the program, like, you know, we're hearing feedback about, you know, this and this, and like, you know, inventory space. We talked about gems last time and things we want to do there.
Don't say season 2
we're trying to
again.
move very quickly in a lot of these things. Some of them are a lot more challenging technically to do than others, but we are rapidly moving on as many changes as we can because we are fervently trying to make the very best version of Diablo 4 possible in the fastest time frame that we can to deliver to the player base, because you know we're players too. We also want the same things. So just know that we're working hard. We care deeply. We love our engineers and our designers and our producers, and the staff's been helping with like all of, like the hotfix and everything else. We are trying to make sure that we are delivering a really, really high quality experience to players on a regular basis. So just stick with us. Keep giving us that feedback. We're going to keep making adjustments as we go between seasons and other updates.
I can attest that whenever Joe would like to make a change based on feedback he's seen,
Yeah, that's true. Some
or
guy that
wherever
actually
he
be pretty
reads it,
good.
the first version is always, can we do this immediately? That is always the first request. Never like, hey, let's get this in eventually. When it makes sense and when it's comfortable. No, it's always, could we do this right now? Is it possible for us to do this right now?
Well,
So
I want to
that's
move
the first version.
I want to move the
use.
Overton window where I just expect everything to be done in 6 seconds.
But this is the thing about about doing it safely. Like I think one of the sort of the junior mistakes some people can make is this idea of like time is only what it takes to implement, and it's not. It's time is also what it takes to test and make sure that it's robust and stable. And so that's one of the things that like when you look at we have a follow the sun QA organization around the world, and that's what allows us to do, I don't know, we're up to 15, 16 hot fixes or more now.
Yeah.
And our big client patches is that ability to not only can we get we have some heroic engineers who can turn stuff around very quickly, but we also have some heroic QA teams around the world who are helping us make sure that when we make these changes, we're doing it in a safe way. So, but I appreciate your patience on that. And so this is exciting. Season 1, Season of the Malignant.
Yes.
Yeah. It's finally here.
Yes.
I'm waiting to reveal this for a
in 2
long
weeks?
time.
And, yeah, in 2 weeks, and again, like Tim
It's
had
not
mentioned,
technically here for you all, but soon, soon, very soon.
as Tim had mentioned, we will have a patch on the 18th for Diablo 4 that will contain all the changes that will be coming in with Season 1.
Yep.
If Tiffany Watt
We are going to get some patch
who was on our
notes
campfire chat
today.
before,
Yep.
she
For
categorized
whatever-
our 103 patch as chonky.
104.
I will
104? Is that what they
categorize
said?
Tiffany
104
Watt's
this evening or this
words
afternoon.
The technical
as
term. Yeah.
super chonky.
Couple
for
hours.
Season 1. It actually is our largest, or chonkster, as Tim called it. I think we were chonkers. So we're gonna pull up the Wikipedia entry and actually go through it, the history of chonkers. But yeah, it is very big. So we will have notes up for that. And again, players can prepare for Season 1 by completing the campaign for sure.
Completing the campaign,
and making
clear the
sure,
fog of war.
yeah, clear fog of war, discover the map, and
See,
of
that's what
course,
I'm saying. I
get all
think
your
there's a
altars.
lot of
So,
people that haven't
lots
finished
to
the
come
campaign
for,
yet.
Diablo 4, and then again we also have
Bob has it.
just more improvements.
Bob,
that
you
we
still
in that
here? You
patch,
haven't finished it.
What class our balance changes to bug fixes to you name it. I can go on. There's even some reward changes coming for some Nightmare and Helltide related activities as well, some endgame activities, because I've been hearing some feedback regarding like, hey, it would be great if we can get like maybe better rewards with some of these activities, and so I know some of those changes are coming in that actual update as well. But I know we want to do Q&A.
We do.
Yeah.
And this is a live stream, by the way.
Yeah.
So I know we get sometimes people are like, I don't know if this is live. No, this is totally live. So we're actually going to be bringing in. we're actually going to kick off Rod because we're done with him. No, I'm just kidding. Rod is actually just
I'm actually going to go and annoy you from the side.
I know.
Yeah, get off the stage, man.
Rod's going to jump over here. We're actually going to
He
bring
added
back
like
in,
20 minutes
Chris and
to the
Ryan from
stream.
the Immortal team, who will be jumping in
Oh, I
here.
think you're supposed to open that chair. I didn't do my
yeah.
job.
Rod did-
I didn't do my job.
Rod had one job and failed to do it.
I failed to open the chair.
So we're going to bring these guys in. I know we have questions queued up from different people in Twitch chat. So if you guys have questions, of course, feel free to drop in questions.
Chris
and
is
everything.
not quite in. You need to switch clearly.
Oh, I need to scooch too
Scooch a
because
little
I think
bit over.
I'm
Yeah, I think we can scooch a little bit more.
Live
Okay.
television.
No immortal
scooching
questions,
live.
please.
And we're scooching, live scooching, ladies
So
and
here's the
gentlemen.
problem. We also the
Like all
production
kinds of
team hates
cables
me.
beneath us and stuff.
I want to give a shout out to our production group behind here because I literally go like, oh, we're only gonna have like 2 people, and then we continue to add people, and then Rod wanted to be in it yesterday, so now suddenly we're up to like 20 people, and this room can't hold this many people. So I apologize.
you're
They
right,
are
okay.
angels, and they deal with me. But we do have some questions, and I will be kind of going back and forth in between both of them. But we do. Oh, perfect. We do have some questions up here. Someone's also calling me, which is awful at this time.
Respecting a character. What?
Quick question. Any updates around, this is for D4 specifically, any updates around respecting characters?
Yeah, so right now I think that there's a few different concerns we're hearing from the community. There's
The Paragon
there's the
board.
general cost of respecting characters.
Don't care.
And then there is at various stages of the game. And then there is the actual experience of respecting a character, particularly when you're deeper into the Paragon system. Like that takes a lot of effort. So we have longer-term plans on the user experience side, like on the menu side. Things we want
Yeah,
to
should be able to
improve
reset
the
by
flow
board,
of allowing players
like
to
just
respect
clear
their
a
characters.
board.
These are things we're actively investigating. We have designs for things we're looking to add into seasons in the future, but we don't have a date that we're committing to today for that. And in terms of the actual price of that, we're evaluating things on like the gold economy, and we're taking a look at like what players are doing on a regular basis. We're not making any fundamental structural changes today at this time, but we are, because we're satisfied with where things feel like in the 1 to 50.
I don't know. I don't think the gold
one thing
cost
we'll
is
be adding though is
that
as part of seasons. There is now a new reward you can
restrictive.
collect as you're going through the season journey at the end of each season.
Well,
called
maybe
the
just because
Scroll
I'm
of
a
Amnesia,
billionaire
which,
in
once
in-game
you
gold.
collect a Scroll of Amnesia, you can use that one time to basically reset the entirety of a character all in one go for no gold cost at all. So these are gonna be like pretty fun things to bring back with you to the Eternal Realm if you want to use.
I've made like individual point adjustments, but I haven't really had to like do a reset in a while.
Kind of make that a little bit easier for players to go through.
And that Scroll of Amnesia is everything. It's all your skills,
It's all
all
your
your
skills, all your
Paragon,
Paragons,
everything
yeah.
goes to 0.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What?
For Immortal, we have a question from.
Just make
I'm reading
adjustments
everyone's
by,
names.
like,
8 miles
individual
west.
abilities.
How much will the Blood Knight cost? I know we covered this early on, but if you guys want to reiterate,
The Blood Knight will cost nothing. The Blood Knight
Nothing.
is free.
it's free. So if you're
Don't
a new
care.
Immortal
It's Immortal.
player, or you're a existing Immortal player, you can literally jump in.
Oh,
start
no,
playing,
they were talking
the
about
Blood Knight,
abilities. On
day
items,
one,
yeah, items
which
is
is on
gets-
July
it gets- it
13th.
goes up
So,
quick.
And of course, you can play through the campaign, and we had mentioned that has.
They were
essentially
talking about,
custom
like,
video and everything
respec
associated
stuff.
with it.
That's right.
For D4, I should be more prepared with these.
That's usually that's
That's
a
usually- that's-
safe statement all the time. Is
We have-
you should be more
We have
prepared.
Rod judging me off screen right here, and I'm just like, awesome.
Perfect.
Little side story real quick. So we have a thing in design called design armor, where like as you're about to like talk about an idea with someone, you're like, this might be a really bad idea, but and that's you putting up your shield saying, this is my design armor. Saying, I know that this might be really, really bad, but we're talking about it anyway. So yes, I should probably be more prepared, but here we go. That's your design armor.
Question from Fig Larna.
You committed to saying the names.
I know I did.
We don't want anyone to suggest that these are not good questions.
Yeah, from Fig Larna. Will seasonal mechanics be added to the Eternal Realm after the season ends? I think that's something we didn't actually clarify fairly well.
That is a great question that actually gets asked internally as well a lot. Like, hey, this is awesome. Are we going to keep it around forever?
No.
Initially, no. Like, initially, the version of the Malignant mechanics that you're seeing are not planned to show up in the Eternal Realm. However, we are reserving the right as developers that if we see something cool and we think, wow, this is just fantastic, this should just be part of the game, that we will just make it part of the game. So it is absolutely an option. Some mechanics you might see in future seasons.
Yeah, there's no
might
way
be that
those
way
Malignant gems
right away. We might be
become
planning that, hey, this will show up in the
mainstay.
Eternal
That's
Realm
just
right
not
away.
gonna happen.
Others will evaluate them as we play them and then see if this is working really well. This is something that we want to integrate with the Eternal version of the game.
Yeah, I want to stay on this just 1 second longer. That's not to suggest that we're
Hey,
not
Josh,
gonna
what's
use
up, buddy?
seasons intentionally using those update opportunities to create content for the base game, like stuff that will persist beyond the end of the season. But we really do want to hone in on the idea that we're like, Malignant Hearts are very powerful, as we talked about before. They're really, really cool. They're very exciting. We can't add something exciting like that every season if it's expected to all last, because the game's going to be a complete mess.
Right.
So we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
What we end up needing to do is all of those things would be extremely incremental in terms of what they offered to the players over the course of time.
Just
and
a
it would make
dollar,
the game
man? I bet it's more than
extraordinarily
just another
dense
dollar.
in terms of what the players are expected to do on a regular basis.
And to understand.
We know that there's opportunities to extend things like add more endgame features. We know that there's more content that we want to add to the game in general that like everybody's going to need forever, and we're going to be looking at those opportunities as we go. But things like Malignant Hearts, we don't want to have something of that size in Season 1, then add something of similar size
This guy's
in
a little
Season 2
wordy,
and Season 3
too.
and Season 4, because the game's going to get very extremely dense and difficult for players to really navigate.
I think the guy on the right's
introduce new
I
ideas.
bet that
having
guy
known
is
what
or
worked
was
really
an
well
engineer.
with Malignant Hearts and what stuff we could maybe have improved.
Kind of
upon.
left,
We get to take all
maybe,
those
but
ideas forward.
There's
he
also
strikes
part
me
of the
more
cool
project
factor of
manager.
the season is that when you're going in, these Malignant Hearts, it's there for the season. So even let's take a player that, let's say, doesn't like to play alts except of the same class. I just love playing Barbarian, and I have 3 different Barbarians already on Eternal because
Or
it's
if you're
the
a big
perfect
rogue
class.
player and all you play is rogues and all you do is build rogues.
There might be a lot of those too. But let's say a Barbarian, that's my hypothetical, I'm sticking with it. So I'm a Barbarian lover and I've made all these Barbarians. Season 1 is still an exciting time to make a new Barbarian because we have all of these new Malignant powers that allow you to make radically new builds. That
See,
are
the fact
completely
that he
different from
made 3
you played in the
Barbarians,
past. Your endgame is going to be very different. So that excitement goes away if we just say like, oh, all of these powers
I think
just
it
exist in the
kinda
game forever. The whole idea is that no, every season
throws
is
that
a
whole
fresh new
reroll
experience
system
that
kind of
gives you
out.
builds that did not exist
They did kind of
previously.
say
So
that
the idea is some of that stuff
that
is
might be
always
the case
designed
where
to
you
go
just make
away.
a new character.
So, Joe, I mean, one of the things.
This is Rod off camera speaking.
Rod camera. Hey,
Yeah.
voice
All
guy.
right.
Joe,
Yes.
maybe speak to the fact that everybody starts at the same place of the season as one of the benefits, so that people aren't like a year behind when they go to play Season 4.
Yeah, that's an important part of this as well. One of the reasons we really like the idea of letting players start back fresh and have like an economy reset, players really jumping back in the experience at level 1 with characters, is it allows us to focus on making sure the entirety of that journey is really engaging and exciting for players to go through.
I feel
You
like
wanna
the
make sure,
Immortal
by the end
guys
of the
shouldn't
first
even be
session,
on the
for example,
stage.
like you're getting exposed to like
I don't
the
think
new,
they're going to get asked
like the new
anything
features and
unless they
content available
specifically
for
try and
introducing
hunt out
that
an
season.
Immortal.
And everything-
Somebody asking
everything
about
feels like
Immortal.
It's balanced in such a way that players can really enjoy the new things that we're adding in the way that they're kind of intelligently mixed with the rest of the features in the game itself. So that we think of that experience is part of what makes a Diablo game anyways, like making a new character, getting those item drops, like building up towards the end. With regards to like the way that we
Talk
decided
about
to
the
conduct
item
our
drops.
efforts and seasons for Diablo 4. We think this is a really like the prime example of the way that we can make this work.
But I wanted you to hit on the point, the fact that if somebody buys the game.
Yeah. They're not like fundamentally behind.
Yeah, if somebody,
before.
like, I'm gonna mess with the camera people. Can you?
Yeah.
You can't even do it, can you? You can't even get there. All we can do is I can just have my talking and stuff. Oh, hey, what's going on? The notion of the thing that we're talking about.
I wonder
is
if I
that
could submit a question.
we want, again, the game is a live service. The game's gonna live for years. We want somebody who buys the game a year from now to not feel like they're a year behind when
Yeah.
it comes to. So one of the benefits of seasons is, in Season 4, on day 1, you and I are both level 1. I bought it that day. You have owned the game for a year. We're in the same place. We can play together and have fun together. And so, as opposed to everybody from this moment on is now falling behind, seasons allows us to have that fresh start for everybody, right?
Yeah, that's actually, I could have put it better myself. That serves as a really good opportunity for us to make sure the players have a starting
Can I
point
submit a
together
question?
when you want to come in a little bit later into the game experience. If you've taken a season or 2 off because something else came out, we want to make sure that it feels like, whenever the most important thing for us in seasons, like kind of going off script in a different way now, is that like, when you're playing seasons and you're playing Diablo 4, you're having a great time. And when you've reached all the goals and done the things that you think are really important, and you want to go like take a break to go play something else for a little while, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We do the same thing.
You don't fall behind,
But
yeah.
when a season rolls and there's new things for you to come check out, that's a great time to come back. Particularly if you had a good time playing before. That's exactly when you should come back and check out Diablo 4 fresh.
Yeah, I'm out. Sorry.
I'll be honest, when the next WoW expansion comes out, there's a non-zero chance that I'm going to play WoW for a while. But it's great to know there's a point that I can come back to Diablo 4 and everybody's on an even footing. Yeah.
Question here from Jeffrey Allen, and didn't specify the D4 or DI, so I'm actually going to ask both because I think this is relevant to both. Also,
Why do you have a new mic?
I actually don't know. But yeah. two mics, guys. I'm very, very.
I'm too Mike Adam.
You have me in stereo. Can you say which cosmetics will be transferring between characters? So for
Okay.
instance, like
I'm bored.
I'm
done.
Diablo Immortal. We'll ask this specifically for Diablo Immortal, and then we'll talk about Diablo 4. But in regards to,
I don't think they're going to address anything else relevant. There might be some questions in there, but they're going to pick and choose the questions they want to address. So, all right. Well, if you want to watch it, they're on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, I reserve judgment until patch notes drop. So we're going to probably get the patch notes. You should be able to pull the patch for the season down on the 18th. So I'm assuming that's when we'll get patch notes. I'll reserve judgment on the 18th to see what all is actually included, because they weren't going to feed us a whole lot of details outside of what the season entails as far as the event or whatever you want to call it, the Malignant Heart stuff. That was going to be kind of the mainstay of what they talked about. I mean, they addressed a couple of things. They did mention that there are going to be more uniques coming out on the 18th. Not going to go live till the 20th. So the patch or the season starts in 2 weeks. We're supposed to get a patch today. So we'll take a look at those patch notes when that drops. I think it said 5 Eastern. I don't have anything on my launcher talking about the patch. Yeah, well, we'll see if we get patch notes at 5. We'll take a look at it real quick. I'm really curious to see what it's going to be. I played some last night, so I'm almost 97 now. So I'm gonna knock this out real quick, and we'll it's 3:30 now, so about an hour and a half. We'll see if we get the patch notes. I mean, we'll see, guys. We shall see. Definitely nothing. They're not going to give us a whole lot of info. That whole thing with the Malignant Hearts. I mean, even that on its face, it sounds kind of meh. We don't know what the end game stats are going to be on those, so they could turn out to be like some pretty crazy stuff. Because we kind of, like for D2, we felt like kind of like that for Sunders, but then Sunders were like, okay, it's not too bad. So we'll have to, once you see it and put it into play. I'm debating whether I want to play through the campaign again. I don't know if I'm gonna. Oh, he's vampiric, I think. No, he's not. What's up, Jerry? It was somewhat informative. I mean, they leave a lot out until, holy crap, that thing hit me for most of my health. Oh, here we go, first dungeon butcher. Oh, crap. What level dungeon am I doing? Wow, he hit me hard. Yeah, I found another pair. I found 2 pair yesterday. That's just this week's list. I didn't even look at the dungeon level.
Need something forged?
He hit me really hard for sure. And you know, where was I seeing that at? I read or saw somewhere that the butcher is supposed to be like 1 in every 50 runs. And I get him a lot. Where's the level of this dungeon? It's a 48. It's not too horrible. It caught me kind of off guard. A lot of my cooldowns were like not ready.
Don't have enough fuel.
I was hurting him pretty good too. He just. David, it goes all the way up to 100, dude. It goes all the way up. It's just funny to me that they say one in every 50, but I get the butcher a lot. That poison's so annoying, man. Oh, vampiric. He healed. Man, look at how that poison's ticking. There we go. Lucky hit. I did kind of feel like they were going to hold off on a lot of detail, and they did. We didn't get a ton of info. But I mean, they got to kind of hold back, you know, to tease the season. We'll get a data mine on a number of uniques they actually added on the 18th. I'm willing to bet. We'll find out on the 18th how many uniques actually come into play.
Wait.
What the hell?
I'm out of fury.
These archers, man, are just obnoxious. Was that going to be part of today's patch? I don't remember now. It was, wasn't it? They're going to add the ability to drop uniques in the Helltide chests. Okay, yeah. For me, it seems like we're getting like this is a tier 48, and I don't think I've seen a sacred. And now I think we're another month and a half at least out from the D2 end, season end. I think it's still a pretty decent ways out.
I'm low on fury.
Hey Tyrone, what's going on? Now, well, no, they didn't give us much as far as news. It is next. It's on the 20th. So 2 weeks from today is season launch. So it's coming sooner rather than later. They did mention more uniques. They didn't give a number. We'll probably get a data mine on that when they drop the patch, they'll drop that a little earlier.
I must wait.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. It's just there was no detail, and I didn't think there was going to be much.
Not ready yet.
Okay, look, it's all ancestral. We're at 40. Oh, there's a sacred. That's the first one. Yeah, they did it on purpose. They're not going to give us all the info on it, so we'll know more. Honestly, we'll probably get the patch notes on the 18th because that's when you'll be able to preload it. So potentially we could get patch notes a little early, maybe. I don't know. Hard to say for sure.
More fury.
No.
I need time.
Definitely taking more damage than this. Those arrow shots are kind of obnoxious. Where's that thing at? Oh, look, another sacred. Another one. Wow, okay, they're starting to even out now. We had a good run on Ancestrals. Jesus, that thing. That's true, Jim. I mean, we are getting a patch this afternoon, which is kind of cool. I mean, they're giving us a little something this week. Uniques from Hell Tides, which is kind of nice, even though I thought that was already a thing, but apparently not. I feel like I've gotten a unique from a Hell Tide chest, but I guess I didn't. Hell, I thought I killed that. That thing is hitting me for almost all my health. Those archers, or the ballista, I guess? I don't know what they're actually classified. That thing. Corpse bow. Yeah, I thought I'd gotten one, but I mean I could be completely wrong on that. Well, don't want the event. Don't care. Yeah, maybe it was just a drop. But I mean, I've got tired of Hell Tides. I mean, they're okay, but maybe maybe a little more incentive to do Hell Tides now that I know you can get them from the chest at least. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. They do have the bosses, but they're kind of like whatever, right? They're kind of meh. I mean, maybe something like, kind of like a world boss, but maybe not quite that tough. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to have like more events in the Helltide itself. Ooh, boy, that almost got bad. I don't know what was hitting me right there, but it was hitting me hard.
I must wait.
No, I don't think we'll hit it this one. We're about to get a 97 right here.
I must wait.
Boy, they're just standing right on that thing. Yeah, it does seem to be noticeable that we're getting more ancestrals from this one, even though it's a 48. It was okay. I mean, they didn't give us a lot of details, so we won't know more until next week. Or no, 2 weeks. Which is fine. I mean, they gave us kind of the theme for the season and what's kind of be new in the season, but they didn't really address any of the ongoing stuff. So we'll see. Yeah, they're always teasing. It's more like it. I mean, we'll have some patch notes to look at this afternoon as far as what they're changing with 1.04, which is coming out at 5. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised with that patch note. Never know. I mean, again, they did say there were going to be more uniques, so the question will be how many more. Whoa, them things hit me hard. What the hell? Really, some guy? Well, I think we kind of knew. Yeah, we'll hit the patch notes as soon as it comes up. It should be at 5, Tyrone, so I'm going to look at them immediately. Because, I mean, they go into immediate effect, whatever's dropping today. And they did say it wasn't, you know, like the last one, week before, last week, that 103 was pretty hefty. There was a lot of stuff in it. They said it's not going to be like that, but they said it's going to be pretty substantial still. And one of the things they mentioned was the fact that the Helltide chests can now, you can get uniques from the Helltide chests, or chance of. So that was just something they threw out as a teaser. But that's coming out at 5 o'clock. Wow, that is hitting me hard. Do I have... What is... Oh, increased shadow damage. Okay. So I'm getting 20% more damage. Oh, wait, no, that's increased from physical. Eh. It's hitting my barrier harder. Alright. I'm gonna have to dance at this. It's funny how like it just gets to 48 and it's not quite as, you know, just roll through everything now. 48 suddenly becomes a little tougher. I don't know. Hold on. Well, let me. If y'all want to look, but I'm gonna. If once I get past this one, we'll take a look on stream. I'm gonna have to dance this guy a little bit more. Really? Just had to dance around a little bit more on that one. Oh, come on. There's a 50. Let's get one that's Death Pulse, don't care. Don't care. Get rid of one that's really crappy. None of these are too bad. level one. Wow, I got a lot of 50s for some reason. We could just get rid of a junky elixir. We got a weak elixir. Oops. Ah. The keys. I don't even open those chests anymore. Yeah, we'll check to see if there's a patch notes out here in a second. I doubt they'd release them early though. I did get a pile of stuff from that one. Any 800s though? That's the question.
Anything else?
Three gloves. Nope. Nope.
Fair trade.
That's a good one. That's actually one of the ones I need.
Well struck. Anything else?
Uh, 30. Yeah, nope. Okay.
Fair trade.
No, they didn't mention anything about a tier 5. But again, I think they held out a lot. Anything that was going to get into potentially some detail where they, they just didn't want to talk about it. What am I looking at right now? Yeah. Oh, what is that? Why am I looking at that? Don't care. Alright, so let's look. Is there anything about today's patch? No. I don't think we're going to see the patch till it actually goes live. So, another hour or so, we'll probably see patch notes. Okay, let me drop some stuff off. We're about to hit 97. I need to drop off some aspects. Got way too many in my inventory. I'll sort through them off stream. I got a lot. Most of these are perfect. Or really high rolls. And I got rid of a lot of the lower aspects already.
No witchcraft here. Only honest magics. Ah, done.
Alright, let's do another one. So 49. What we just do? A 48? Let's stop. Poison resist, don't care. Bleed damage, volcanic. Yeah. Screw it. Just had to dance around the boss a little bit at the end on that one. Yeah, only thing they really got into was the seasonal theme, which was collecting malignant hearts that can be used as gems in like ring and amulet sockets. It can only be used in jewelry, so there's going to be a specific gem that's going to be a malignant heart that you got to get from certain bosses, and they become socketable and they have like special effects and stuff on them. There's really no way to judge how strong they're going to be, so it could be meh, it could be something that makes builds overpowered, which we just don't know yet. I mean, that's kind of the main gist of it, wasn't it? I mean, they did announce a date. It's going to go live, or not live. It's going to be on the 18th. Well, Jeb, they kind of made mention that they probably a lot of the seasonal stuff wouldn't carry forward. Like once season 1 ends, they potentially won't carry forward like the malignant heart gem type stuff. And I honestly don't see them really doing it. It's kind of cool for, you know, the specific season, but it could be turned into something where if you keep stacking stuff like that, game just becomes too cumbersome.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh no! Oh, I heal. I didn't see it until too late. No, I got stuck. They leave it to their discretion whether they want to keep it. I don't know that they'll keep it though. I got to be perfectly honest. I don't know if they'll keep that tier of stuff in the game. They might, but I feel like it's only going to be that season. That's my guess, anyways. Bad. Oh, bad. feel so squishy even at 49. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get like that much more tanky to do Uber. This time it's nothing but sacreds, even though this is higher by 1 level. Yeah. So yeah, completely random. We'll pull them out. Oh, that's not good. Whoa, bad. Oh, vampiric, really?
I'm not
No.
ready yet.
No. No. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna level here in a second. I wish that poison stayed longer. Hey Joe, what's going on, buddy? Well, you could kind of pair it hand in hand, maybe, to where like the itemization comes into play with the world tiers. I don't really care about another difficulty. I know there was just talk about it. To me, itemization is like #1 priority. Honestly, I don't really care about another world tier, but that was kind of like maybe in conjunction with the world tier adding some loot itemization. I mean, I don't really care if they actually had it or not. I mean, stuff is already it could get pretty difficult just going up in the nightmare dungeons. So I don't think a tier necessarily is that big a deal. What's up, Shiz? Yeah, I mean, we'll find out. We'll know on the 18th or the 19th when they data mine the patch for go live on the 20th. Yeah, Jet, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the only reason I even mentioned the tier 5 stuff was because it had been mentioned prior. But I mean, the nightmare dungeon difficulty scales pretty well, so I don't think there's a gain from adding a tier. I mean, we're on 49 right here, and it's noticeably harder. What the hell did I just hit? Earth and Wound. Isn't that one of the ones that they always say is a good one? I don't even know what to get rid of now. Because none of these have the ones I normally drop. Like that one, the poison enchant is kind of annoying sometimes, just That's Blind Burrows. I think that's one of the good ones too. Alright. Let's throw this on the ground. Let's just see what it looks like. Huh. Okay. Can I have one that I don't want? The Avenger one's not bad. Jesus, okay. So maybe just drop a lower one? None of these are spawned with the mods I usually like to drop. What the hell? Well, let's just drop one of the lower ones. 50, 50, 48, serve. Drop 46. It's Poison Evade's kind of lame. Pick up my elixirs. Yeah, I mean, Tyrone, I feel like they need to implement something along those lines to increase the loot drop, or at least on like the super uniques. I mean, they at least said more uniques coming. They didn't say how many. They did say a few, which was kind of concerning. But I don't know if that was just, you know, just like vernacular that they use, and it's actually, you know, a decent amount. But what keeps exploding? Oh wait, I think that's the, oh, there we go. There's the level.
Not ready yet.
I mean, I don't see that being unreasonable. This. Does this open the door? Yeah. Alright, that puts us at 97. We're getting close. We'll definitely finish 100 well before the season starts.
Not ready yet.
I'm half tempted to play Barb again so I can level quicker because I just know the class. For the season, I'm like rethinking it in my head, like maybe I play the Barb this time again since I really know the class and I can just go straight in it.
Not ready yet.
Don't pick Druid. I thought Druids were good. I think Barbarian's the least played class. I mean, I'll just redo the entire theme of my channel, right? I'll change my name to Winder Barb, and we'll just always play a barbarian type character no matter what the game is. Oh, no, I don't want to make this decision. I'm not even gonna look at it. Oh, no, I don't want to mess with that. I got to now, I think. Well, no, it's not a kill of the mobs. Dungeon.
Not ready yet.
Did you, Tyrone? Well, that's now I'm kind of rethinking, man. I do really love playing at Barb. The Barb to me is really fun. I enjoy it a lot. So maybe that becomes our theme. Do I just need to go up there? I'll just rename the channel Winder Barb Gaming, and we'll just play barbarians all the time. Stop hitting me with that. Eating your Easter bunny? Okay. We'll just leave it. I'm tired of picking these damn things up. Inventory space, please. We're at 97 though. That's pretty good. $122 million. 804. Low roll.
take it off your hands?
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need?
Alright, what are we looking at? Alright, we got a little bit of time. Watch the patch drop. Alright, I gotta do something about these damn sigils. We're just gonna have to get rid of some. I don't want to stick them in my inventory or stash. It's just kind of pointless. Alright, let's see. Let's look at them here. Jerry, what's up, brother? How's work treating you? Alright. That's a 51. We should try that. Monster Life, though. We'll see. 48. Increase healing. Yeah, see, none of these are that bad. Maybe the increased life's kind of annoying. But it's not, I feel like it doesn't make that much of a difference. The poison enchant, I'm going to start ditching those. Having to get around the poison pools on the ground all the time is kind of annoying. Yeah, so none of these are that bad. Jerry, they didn't give us a lot of info on it, so it's kind of hard to tell. We'll probably know way more because they're dropping it early. You'll download it on the 18th. It's going live on the 20th, which is 2 weeks. We'll probably get the patch notes on the 20th. They did specifically mention that there will be more legendaries and uniques added, so there will be more gear. But they didn't get into any details, like changing the loot drop on the super uniques. None of that stuff. We'll probably get more of that detail when the game drops, or when the patch drops. So you can download it 2 days early. You won't have to do the renown stuff, which we kind of knew. There is a patch later today that made some adjustments to stuff. So we'll probably, I don't know. It's 2 weeks, so it's not that far out. So we'll kind of see what happens. Now, but I'm just now reconsidering what I'm going to roll as far as character now. And that's just because I kind of want to steamroll it, and I feel like I could do that with the bar pretty quick. Potentially, I mean, like the patch notes is going to be the make or break it point. I thought they would get more detail today, but they kind of hedged on the details today. They talked about the event, the seasonal event stuff, which is kind of, could be good, but no details, so. Well, they're adding, what they call it, the malignant gems, which are farmed off certain bosses, which obviously get stronger as you go further in, and they can only be socketed into jewelry like rings and amulet. No details on what kind of powers those gems will hold. There is, Jerry, there's a malignant dungeon? I don't even know. I think malignant something. There is a new, I don't think it's timed. It's just tied into these new gems that you can get. Again, they were pretty, they didn't get into a ton of detail, just kind of what the event's themed around. They did say new bosses. Yeah, I don't think they're going to feed us a lot. They're going to try and build anticipation like they did with the launch. God, these I can run all these, so. Do I just start stashing my elixirs? No, it was only jewelry. The new malignant gems will only be allowed to be put into rings and amulet. Where should I put these? We'll put them in here. I already got some in here. Jesus. Oh, they are? Okay. Alright, let's see what they're dropping today. There are patch notes coming out today for a patch going live at 5 o'clock. I don't see them. Okay, here we go. What? No, that's not it. Where are they at? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the patch notes for today. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a ton of stuff. At this point, I'm just more curious about the patch notes for today than anything else. Where's that 50? We just did a 50. We'll do a 51. Let's do a 51. Let's see how bad this is. They do have monster added health, so let's. I get more crit though. Let's grab an elixir. We'll just do this one. Crap. Yeah, that stuff that like you farm certain things and they go into like it almost looked like a permanent boost. Like the more you play, the more those permanent you can add to those permanent boosts that let you level and do stuff further in. All right, this is a 51. Let's see how bad this gets. Yeah, the XP boost would all that's almost be a given, right? That would be the first one maxed. I mean, I don't know why you would take any other one over that one. Oh, that's annoying.
I must wait.
yeah, the material thing is like whatever. I mean, again, I don't see who wouldn't max the XP boost first. I mean, oh wow! See how fast my health went down? Holy Jesus!
Not ready yet.
Sigil powder. Okay. Really, vampire.
You're a saint.
What do you think about the botching they will add? Botchling. What are you talking about? Botchling?
Bless you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Chico.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
And they're not going to talk about the cow level, right? So we'll probably they'll probably figure out the cow level puzzle when the season drops. Lots of poison. Wow. Poison enchanted. So annoying.
I must wait.
Come on. vampiric too? I didn't see that. Oh my god. That's annoying. Let's let the ancients cooldown pop. Oh wow, you already popped that.
I must wait.
Look at this. Look at this poison. Whew.
I need time.
Oh my god. I don't know what's actually hitting me so much damage. I think it's poison again. Is he stuck?
I must wait.
Yeah, these definitely feel a lot harder. Having to kite a little bit more. Ooh, bad, bad, bad.
I need time to do that.
No, what is... I don't even know, I think I was walled? We're making it.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, this guy's gonna be bad. Unless I get a lucky hit on it. There we go. Wow. It could have been exact. There was just so much in there at one time that I couldn't tell what it was that hit me, because it looked like it might have been a wall, but I couldn't tell. It is poison. Yeah, that was definitely one of those beams. So yeah, try and save my iron skin to get out of that. See, because that stun, he's cold enchanted. He's got like multiple stuns.
Not ready yet.
Alright, we got that one. Now there's a Waller. It's such tight quarters is the problem. It's hard to see a lot of times what's going on in there. And we ain't even got to the. I'm assuming final boss is probably Spider. I don't remember specifically on this one. I'm pretty sure it is though.
Not ready yet. I need time to do that.
There we go. Alright, we'll just go in for the final. Yeah, Spider. No, it's the snake dude.
Need more time.
Got stun.
Need more time.
Easy. Wonder if there's a gold cap. I wonder if I can cap out on gold. What was that challenge? Nightmare Conqueror. What the hell was that? Where do you see those at? It's like, collections? Challenges. Nightmare Conqueror. Complete a tier 50 Nightmare Done. Okay, that's cool. Wait, didn't I just do a 50? Oh no, I think I went 49 to 51. It's not like the gear loot drops any better. Look at this loot drop.
That's a deal.
There's just literally no difference between this and the 30s. There's an 809, but I already have an 819. Stats on it suck, so whatever.
I'll shake on that.
See, I mean, I only got like a row and a half, if that. It wasn't that great.
I can break that down.
That's what I'm hoping, Jeb. I mean, I gotta be honest, dude. If I'll probably play the season for a little bit, but when season, what is it gonna be, 5? D2 drops, I'll probably switch. If there's no gear to farm in D4, what's the point? I mean, I'll have to fill that gap from, season 1 starts, and I think there's about a month until the D2 drop. So if we get a date, I'll actually look at the data mine if they do it this time, because I mean I'm kind of the same way. If it's like they added half a dozen uniques, that doesn't fix the core problem. They need to like literally double the number of uniques, and I still don't think that's enough. And it should be spread all the way through, right? Uniques, like in D2, where you could get a unique that you equip at level 3, all the way up to Tyrell's Might in rarity, and all the way through the tiers. I feel like that they need to spread that through the loot. Alright, so that was okay to do, but kept me on my toes. Alright, it dropped me another 51. Poison enchanted, I don't want to mess with those. Poison's like, there's drifting shade, I don't want to mess with that. Oh, it dropped me a 54. Lightning storm though, I hate that one. Alright, so let's look at the locations. It was the Earth and Wound, I think, is a good one. Earth and Wound. We'll do those specifically. Earth and Wound. Alright. We'll do those. Let's do the first one here. Cold Boys Potion. The Potion Breaker can be annoying. We'll try it. Yeah, no, the Resource Burn. Dude, that was the first one I scratched off my list. After doing one Resource Burn, I was like, never again. That's the first one I scratched off my list. Then we should have patch notes. After this run, we should have patch notes. What level's this one? I didn't even see. Where's the level at? 47. Whoa. Wasn't paying attention. Lots of stuff hit me. Oh wait, this is Potion Breaker. I gotta watch that. Yeah, that Potion Breaker will screw you up. Got to be a little more careful. Oh, come on. This one going so slow. I can't hit it. No more sigil powder. Get this one done as quick as we can for the patch notes. No, dude. Way too much stuff. Oh, crap. That's it, right? Yeah. Put your hands down. Ow. Where am I going? I don't even know what I'm looking for. Animus. Really? That's usually like 4 or 5 bosses. So I guess if they're squishy as that, it's not too bad. Hey John, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, we were watching it live. It was like not a ton of info. I'm gonna check out today's patch notes here in a little bit. Should be going live by the time I finish this dungeon. Oh, these vampires. Ah. Yeah, dude. I think that's why they changed it, dude. I think everybody was feeling that, and it was because I mean they even said it wasn't their intention. They were going to make people redo it, and so many people pushed back on that they had to take it out. Oh, bad. Bob and weave. Right, Tyrone. Oh, that's actually funny. I didn't even catch that at first. That's the new honeydew. We're not even close. Halfway. Think we can get the butcher again? I feel him. I feel like he's coming soon. We got him at the beginning of the stream. I feel like he's due again. get them all? Yeah, we got it. It's right on time. 4:58. Hopefully, they'll have the patch out on time. These higher tier ones are just they're not even worth it. They're not dropping any. Oh crap! I forgot to do my thing. All right, let's go back. Hit the thing real quick. Not that it matters.
I'll shake on that.
Yeah. Junk.
That's a deal.
Lights be blinking. Junk. Yeah, I might as well run 30s and run them real fast. We're not getting any more of it. I mean, it's not any more than usual. No, they didn't touch on it at all.
My burden is too great.
Stop. What am I doing?
I can break that down.
Alright, well, we'll, 5 o'clock even. Anything on the page? Let's see. It says from 2 to 5, which is 5 to 8. 3 hours. Huh. Doesn't say anything about patch notes. 1.03. No, so nothing on the patch notes page. Let's see if they tweet anything out. It's supposed to be starting now. Oh, that's funny. I was just looking at Rod Ferguson, the older guy on the left that's over all of Diablo. He's getting tweets saying never show up for the live streams again. he was making it way longer than necessary. I mean, nothing against the guy. He's just one of the guys that just likes to talk about all kind of random crap and not stay on point, it seems like. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, who's gonna probably is Pez gonna tweet that out? It's usually Pez that tweets out the patch notes, I think. Where's he at? Put the patch notes out. No. Nothing yet. Yeah, Rod's catching some flack right now. You saw it, Bob. The part about the malignant gems. That's pretty much all they laid out there. I mean, they did say the thing about more uniques. They didn't say how many. It will drop on the 18th. Data miners will probably have it by the next day, so we'll probably have a list of the uniques. And hopefully it's more than like 12. That's pretty much it. They talked about the renown stuff, but we already knew that. They were just re-emphasizing the renowns carrying over. No, you didn't miss much. I actually cut it off. I was like, okay. They got to the Q&A, and I figured they were going to pick and choose which questions they actually wanted to ask, so it's like, whatever. So, but there's supposed to be the patch at 5 that I'm waiting to see if patch notes drop for. I don't know if I need to restart my log. It sounds like it's going to be server side. It doesn't say that you technically maybe get disconnected, but you don't have to log out. So maybe it's a full server side patch. I just find that kind of hard to believe. Just waiting to see if Pez tweets anything out about the patch, but nothing so far. Yeah, not seeing a whole lot right now. Maybe soon. Let's see. Yeah, not a ton of info yet. Usually once they start the stuff, they usually put the patch notes out, but haven't seen anything. Should I log out and log back in and see what it does? Let's see what happens if I log all the way out. I'm even going to close the launcher and restart the launcher, see if it refreshes on the launcher page. They do have a countdown for the season now. I'm going to close the launcher. Yeah, they just have the server thing popping up, but that's about it. Yeah, nothing as far as new patch notes on the launcher. Guess we'll run another dungeon. I do have a dinner meeting tonight, so I'll probably log here in a little bit. I'll run another dungeon though, just to see if we can get that next Paragon. We're 97 though. We're closing in on it. Oh, they even had it on the up there on the top right corner. It says 20th. They've already added the season info. No, it was 2 Pacific. It was 2 to 5 Pacific, or 5 to 8 Eastern. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll a lower one. Just try and steamroll it. It's in effect now. But usually they're pretty good about dropping patch notes as soon as everything starts up, so I don't know. Because today's stuff added the chance for uniques in the Helltide chests. So that's kind of an okay change. I mean, I just tired of getting the same uniques over and over. What's funny is though, I still haven't gotten the barb specific gloves. That's bad. Wait, what am I doing? Am I stuck there? Yeah, I guess I am. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. I don't care for this one that much. You definitely feel a level difference. Like doing that 51 versus this one. It's either that lamp or we're about to get some weather. Jeb. I will. It looks fun. The only thing about that battle bit is I feel like I get bored with it pretty quick, but I mean it's only like $15. So I mean I'd probably get my money's worth out of it. See you, Tyrone. Have a good one, dude. Get teleported to that boss. Don't running. Oh man. Get wrecked. I mean, it is a 41, and we're literally one shot now. Wow. Oh, treasure goblin, come here. There we go. Guarding of Mount Ariat. Interesting. Hey, Stacks, what's up, brother? What is that? Take a look at it when we get back to town. Stop running the circle. Fire be nasty. Oh man.
Don't have enough fury.
You mean almost like lost it as in it got out the door, or lost it as in it got sick? Either one's bad, but I'm definitely a pet person though, so I feel your pain either way. Yeah, that's rough, dude. Is everything okay now? Stop being annoying. Look at this. How old's your dog? We had something, not, it wasn't internal though. Oh, well, you know that there's a gland near their butt that that can get infected. And we had one of those once, and that was horrible. That was a bad one.
I need more fury.
Seven? Yeah, she's in her prime. Well, I say that. It depends on the size of the dog, too, right? Like, bigger dogs tend to die younger, which is like 7 is like old for a bigger dog. But like little dogs, man, them things live forever. That was almost bad. Yeah, those are rough, dude, because, I mean, it's hard to see it coming, you know. It tends to not be real obvious till it's, like, really bad. Because animals in general just tend to try and hide when they're sick, just like a natural instinct. Okay, it's over already. Yeah, that tends to be the case, dude. When pets get sick, man, you just it just jumps up on you. Like everything fine, bad. I mean, it's that quick. Because just in general, like animals tried. I mean, because it's an instinct thing. Like in the wild, a weak or sick animal is targeted. Like that's just how it goes. So just in general, animals will hide. As much as they can, feeling or being sick or whatever. About the levels, I gotta kill a couple, or not level, but hit my paragon.
I must wait.
Still not gonna hit it. Yeah. I hear you, man. Well, sounds like everything's gone okay. Hopefully it stays that way. It's always a bad feeling, dude. Trust me, been there, done that. Our last dog, she lived till she was 18. About the same size. She was a mutt. Lived to 18. And just, you know, she just... Even then, we had to put her down because she was just in such bad shape. Hips bad, almost like a form of dementia. It was really crazy. What's up, Bob? What's going on with you, buddy?
I'll shake on that.
Bad roll.
That's a deal.
Bad roll. Alright, we're gonna look at this mount. I don't know if I've got this mount yet or not. Yeah, Bob, we watched it live on stream. It's kind of whatever. Hopefully we'll get more info next or 2 weeks from now before when they drop it. When they drop it live. Alright, let's see if we got this. Alright, what's this called? Barding of Mount Ariat. So this is an armor. Okay, we don't have it. Alright, so we'll learn it. Now let's see what it looks like. Newest one? Alright. It's okay. Wonder how many there are total. I don't care for it. It's okay. It's different. Yeah, we'll leave it on there. It's different. Alright, so anything on the launch? Or let's check Twitter. Nothing. Alright, where you at, Pez? Did you tweet anything? Nothing from Pez. Alright, they're going to be that way. Well, Stacks, I don't. They didn't put out any details. I wouldn't put everything on that live stream. I'd wait till at least the 18th. I would assume since you can download it on the 18th, maybe they'll give us the patch notes at that point. It might not because it's gonna go live on that following on the 20th, so we might not get patch notes till 20th. But I have a feeling the guys are going to data mine the patch to see how many new uniques we get. That's what I'm looking for, is like the itemization changes. We got to, I mean, if they're only going to add like 12 uniques, yeah, the season's going to be whatever. I mean, it'd be kind of cool, new gems, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, it was really vague, extremely vague. Not a ton of info. Yeah, Bob. I mean, again, I'd hold judgment until the patch notes, for sure. Once we get the patch notes, then that's the point where we pick it apart and decide it's like, okay, whatever. So we'll see. Yeah, we won't know for sure till the 20th. I will be interested to see if they get the data miners pull some info on the uniques prior to that. Yeah, it almost sounds like a vampires and werewolves season. It's the way they made it look anyways. So yeah, it's kind of too vague to really make a judgment. All I know is today, after this patch, we'll be able to get potential uniques out of the Helltide chests. So I'll probably do some Helltides later just to test it out and see how it works. Wonder if it's live now. Is there Helltide? No Helltide right now. It was Helltides and something else, wasn't it? The patch is today, Bob. The one that's for the adding uniques to the Helltide chests. 2 to 2 to 5 Pacific was the time frame for the patch going live. So they're like doing maintenance right now for that patch. Next Helltide's at 6. Alright, so I'll check it later. I'd be curious to see if I get a pull a unique from a Helltide. Another pair of Frostburns. I wonder though, because I'm at level 97, so the Helltide chest should be above the 85 minimum for the super uniques. Dude, that butcher's weapon, I got like 5 of those. Yeah, I've gotten so many of those butcher's weapons. Because I mean, look at my list for this week. I've gotten 4 of those Harrogath's chests and 2 Frostburns just since yesterday. And the Temerity's supposed to be really rare, but I've gotten like 4 or 5 of those. Shut up, Tomac. Yeah, you know, I think you're pulling my leg about your hardcore character. You're just messing with me. All right, boys, I'm jumping off. I got a little bit of I got a dinner meeting, so I got to get ready for that. I'll be on tomorrow unless for some reason I need to take my mother back to her house. I don't know yet. Yeah, Jib, I think you're right. I don't think Tomac even owns the game. I think he's just trolling us. Otherwise, I'll be on tomorrow. Maybe we'll test out this Helltide thing if it once it goes live. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow and see if we actually can pull a unique from a Helltide chest. Yeah. We'll bring it tomorrow, Tomac. We'll see you guys. I'll catch y'all later.